Good evening. Tonight, there is nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to solve. The world can wait until morning. For now, simply breathe, slowly and gently, as your body becomes heavier and your thoughts begin to drift. Tonight, we are traveling farther than almost anyone ever imagines. Not across oceans, not across continents, but across time itself. Far, far beyond human history, far beyond ancient Egypt, beyond the Ice Age, beyond the first mammals, until we arrive, about 230 million years ago. Welcome to the age of dinosaurs. The air feels different here. It is warmer, much warmer than today's Earth. There are no cities, no roads, no birds singing from backyard trees, no people, only a vast, living planet, slowly changing, one day at a time. If you look toward the horizon, you might notice something unusual. The continents don't look familiar. Africa, South America, North America, Europe, Asia, Australia, they are not separated. Instead, almost all of Earth's land is connected together into one enormous supercontinent. Scientists call it Pangea. Imagine standing in the center of a landmass so enormous that walking from one side to the other would take years. Deserts stretch for hundreds of miles. Mountains rise where continents once collided. Ancient rivers slowly carve their paths through untouched valleys. The world feels endless because, in many ways, it is. The climate here is different too. The enormous size of Pangea means that much of the interior receives very little rainfall. Many places are dry, hot, dusty, while coastal regions are greener, filled with rivers, lakes, and forests. Earth is already alive with incredible plants, towering conifers, ancient ferns, cycads, which look a little like modern palm trees, and strange relatives of pine trees. Unlike today's colorful forests, flowers have not evolved yet. There are no roses, no tulips, no fields of wildflowers. The landscape is green, but in a very different way. Take a slow breath. Imagine the scent of damp earth, warm stone, and resin drifting from giant conifer trees. A gentle breeze moves through the leaves. Somewhere nearby, an insect buzzes softly. Life is quietly unfolding. The dinosaurs have only recently appeared. They are not yet the rulers of Earth. In fact, at this moment, they are rather small. Many are no larger than a dog. Some stand only waist high. They share this ancient world with many other reptiles. Large crocodile-like hunters, armored herbivores, powerful predators unlike anything alive today. The future kings of Earth are still waiting for their opportunity. Life has survived incredible hardships before reaching this moment. Millions of years earlier, Earth experienced the greatest mass extinction ever known. Nearly all marine species disappeared. Many land animals vanished forever. Scientists believe volcanic eruptions lasting hundreds of thousands of years filled the atmosphere with greenhouse gases. Temperatures climbed. Oceans changed. Entire ecosystems collapsed. Yet life endured. Slowly, patiently, new species evolved. Nature began again. The dinosaurs were among those new beginnings. Imagine watching the sunrise across ancient Pangea. Golden light slowly spills across forests of towering conifers. Mist rises from quiet rivers. Tiny reptiles bask on warm rocks. Dragonfly-like insects glide through the air. Although they resemble dragonflies, many ancient insects belong to completely different groups. Evolution is still experimenting, trying new ideas, keeping some, discarding others. Over millions of years, time behaves differently here. A single human lifetime would pass almost unnoticed. Mountains slowly erode, rivers quietly shift, forests gradually expand, entire species appear and disappear long before continents drift apart. Nature is never in a hurry, and perhaps, tonight, neither are we. The stars overhead look surprisingly familiar. Many of the same constellations exist, although they appear ever so slightly different. The moon circles Earth, just as it does today. Each night, it lights the forests, reflecting softly across quiet lakes. Even in the age of dinosaurs, moonlight feels peaceful. Listen carefully. You may hear distant footsteps. Not loud, not frightening, just slow, heavy, measured movements. A small herd of early herbivorous dinosaurs crosses a clearing. They move together, watching for danger. Their heads gently rise and fall as they feed on ferns. Every leaf they eat becomes energy. Energy becomes movement. Movement becomes life. The simple rhythm of nature continues, without pause, without worry. If you were invisible here, perfectly safe, you could spend hours simply observing. No rush, no schedule, only quiet curiosity. The Earth is writing one of its longest chapters, one day at a time, one generation at a time, one fossil at a time. Millions of years later, those fossils will tell scientists extraordinary stories. Stories preserved in stone. Stories waiting patiently for curious minds. And as we continue our gentle journey through the age of dinosaurs, we will meet towering giants, powerful hunters, ancient oceans, flying reptiles, the first birds, and eventually, the mysterious events that changed life forever. But not yet. There is plenty of time. Tonight, we move slowly as the Earth itself. Take another calm breath. Feel your shoulders soften. Your hands grow warm. Your eyelids become heavier. Outside, the modern world continues. But here, among ancient forests, warm winds, and the first dinosaurs, everything feels peaceful. Everything feels unhurried. And you can simply rest. The morning sun has risen a little higher. Its warm light filters gently through tall conifer trees. Long shadows stretch across the forest floor. The air is still, peaceful, fresh after a cool night. Somewhere nearby, tiny insects begin another quiet day. You follow a narrow trail, not with hurried footsteps, but slowly, almost as if time itself has decided to walk beside you. Millions of years ago, the Earth looked unfamiliar, yet many of nature's rhythms were already the same. The sun rose, the wind moved through trees, rain fell, rivers flowed, life continued, one gentle moment after another. As we wander deeper into this ancient forest, we meet some of the very first dinosaurs. They are nothing like the gigantic creatures many people imagine. Most are surprisingly small, light, fast, curious. If one crossed your path, you might mistake it for an unusually large bird without feathers. In fact, modern birds are the closest living relatives of dinosaurs. But that remarkable story will come much later. One of the earliest known dinosaurs is called Eoraptor. Its name means dawn thief, not because it steals, but because it appeared near the dawn of dinosaur history. Eoraptor is only about 1 meter, or 3 feet, long. It weighs little more than a medium-sized dog. It runs lightly across the forest floor, balanced by a long tail. Its sharp eyes constantly scan the undergrowth, looking for insects, tiny reptiles, or anything else small enough to eat. Nothing about Eoraptor seems enormous. Nothing seems terrifying. Instead, it feels graceful, alert, always listening, always exploring. It survives not because it is the strongest, but because it is adaptable, and adaptability will become one of the greatest strengths of the dinosaurs. Nearby, another early dinosaur quietly feeds on soft plants. This one belongs to a group that will eventually produce some of the largest animals ever to walk on land. For now, its descendants are still modest in size. Evolution rarely creates giants overnight. Nature prefers patience, tiny changes, accumulating across millions of years. Imagine watching generations pass. Parents raise young. Young become adults. Each generation carries tiny differences. A slightly longer leg, a stronger jaw, a better sense of balance. Most changes are small, almost impossible to notice. Yet after millions of years, those tiny differences transform entire species. This slow process is called evolution. It works quietly, without planning, without rushing, simply responding to the world around it. As Earth's climate changes, animals change too. Those best suited for their surroundings leave more descendants. Little by little, life reshapes itself, like a river, slowly carving stone. Around you, the forest is alive. Tall conifers sway gently. Tree ferns spread wide green leaves. Cycads cluster beneath the taller trees. The ground is covered with mosses, ancient horsetails, and thick carpets of fern. Flowers still do not exist. There are no bees collecting nectar, no butterflies floating between blossoms. Those wonders belong to a much later chapter of Earth's history. Instead, the forest feels older, simpler, almost timeless. A gentle breeze carries the scent of damp wood, fresh leaves, and rich soil. Tiny droplets of water cling to fern leaves after an early morning mist. Some slowly fall, making soft sounds as they land below. Nothing here feels hurried. Even the wind moves patiently. Far above, a reptile glides between the trees. It is not a dinosaur, although many people think so. It belongs to another remarkable group, the pterosaurs. These flying reptiles evolved alongside dinosaurs, but followed a different evolutionary path. Their wings are made from stretched skin, supported mainly by one incredibly long finger. They soar silently, searching for insects, occasionally calling to one another. Their shadows briefly pass across the forest floor, then disappear into the bright sky. Many ancient animals lived beside dinosaurs. Large amphibians still rested in rivers. Early crocodile relatives hunted along muddy banks. Strange armored reptiles wandered through open woodlands. The age of dinosaurs was never just about dinosaurs. It was an entire living world, filled with remarkable diversity. The forest suddenly grows quiet, not from fear, but from awareness. A larger predator is nearby. You remain perfectly safe, hidden from every creature. Watching peacefully, among the trees, a predator slowly appears. It walks with careful confidence. Every footstep is measured, every movement controlled. Its head gently turns, listening, smelling, observing. Unlike the enormous hunters that will appear much later, this predator is only about the size of a large wolf. Yet it is already displaying traits that many future meat-eating dinosaurs will share. Excellent balance, sharp eyesight, powerful legs, flexible movement. Nature is quietly testing ideas that evolution will continue improving for millions of years. The predator pauses. A small reptile rustles through fallen leaves. In one swift movement, the hunt is over. Quick, efficient, necessary. Life here depends on balance. Predators hunt, herbivores graze, plants grow. Everything is connected. Every living thing becomes part of Earth's endless cycle. As sunlight reaches midday, the forest becomes warmer. Tiny insects hum softly. Primitive beetles crawl beneath loose bark. Spider-like creatures patiently wait for prey. Even the smallest animals play important roles. Without them, the forest would not function. Nature depends upon countless quiet workers, many so small that they are easily overlooked. You continue walking, following the edge of a peaceful river. Its clear water reflects towering trees. Ancient fish swim beneath the surface. Some belong to families that have survived astonishing lengths of time. Certain fish alive today still resemble ancestors that lived hundreds of millions of years ago. Some lineages endure, almost unchanged. Others transform completely. Life explores many possibilities. Clouds slowly gather overhead. A gentle afternoon rain begins. Large drops strike broad fern leaves. Soft ripples spread across the river. The forest becomes even quieter. Everything drinks. Everything breathes. Everything continues. Rain nourishes the plants. Plants feed the herbivores. Herbivores support the predators. When animals die, their bodies return nutrients to the soil. Nothing is wasted. Nature recycles patiently, again and again, for millions of years. Perhaps this ancient world seems unfamiliar, yet its rhythms feel strangely comforting. Morning, afternoon, rain, sunshine, growth, rest. Life continues through simple patterns, patterns older than humanity itself. As evening approaches, golden sunlight once again fills the forest. Long shadows return. The air cools. Small dinosaurs quietly search for food before darkness arrives. Pterosaurs glide toward rocky cliffs where they will rest. The river continues flowing, just as it did yesterday, just as it will tomorrow. You find a smooth stone beside the water. You sit quietly, listening. The gentle current, the distant calls of ancient creatures, the whisper of wind through conifers. Nothing asks anything of you. There are no deadlines here, no noise, only Earth's quiet heartbeat. Steady, patient, endless. Take another slow breath. Feel your body becoming heavier, your thoughts drifting more gently. The ancient forest grows dim beneath the evening sky. Above, the first stars begin to appear, the same stars that still shine above us tonight. And tomorrow, our journey will continue. We will watch dinosaurs begin to grow larger as the world itself slowly changes around them. For now, simply rest and let the peaceful age of dinosaurs carry you a little deeper into sleep. The night has quietly passed. A gentle dawn, soft and golden, spreads across the ancient forests of Pangaea. Morning mist hangs low over the rivers. Tiny droplets sparkle on the leaves of giant ferns. The air is warm, but comfortable, somewhere in the distance. A chorus of insects begins another peaceful day. The forest awakens, not all at once, but little by little, exactly as nature has done for hundreds of millions of years. You continue your slow walk, following an old river valley. Its water has carved this path for countless ages, stone by stone, season by season, without ever rushing. The river teaches an ancient lesson. Great changes often happen very slowly. Millions of years have now passed since the first dinosaurs appeared. Generation after generation, tiny differences have accumulated. Some species have disappeared, others have flourished. The dinosaurs are becoming more successful, more diverse, and in some places, much larger. One of the most remarkable groups beginning to thrive will one day include the largest land animals in Earth's history. Today, their ancestors are still modest giants. Long necks, long tails, strong legs, peaceful plant eaters. Scientists call this family the sauropodomorphs. They are the early relatives of the enormous sauropods that will one day include giants like Argentinosaurus and Brachiosaurus. But those legendary creatures are still millions of years in the future. Nature is still preparing the stage. Ahead, the forest begins to open. Tall conifers become scattered. Wide fern-covered plains stretch toward distant hills. You pause quietly as movement catches your eye. A small herd grazes peacefully. They are taller than any dinosaurs you've seen so far. Their necks reach upward, allowing them to browse leaves from trees that smaller animals cannot reach. They move slowly, gracefully, almost silently. Each foot presses gently into the soft earth. They spend most of their day eating. Plants contain less energy than meat, so herbivores must eat almost constantly. Leaf after leaf, branch after branch, hour after hour. It may seem repetitive, but there is something calming about their steady rhythm. No hurry, no competition, just quiet nourishment. Watch how they move together. Young animals remain safely near the adults. Older members stay close to the outside of the group, even without words. They communicate through movement, through posture, through gentle sounds. Many paleontologists believe that some dinosaurs likely lived in social groups. Fossil discoveries of herds and nesting grounds suggest they often stayed together, just as elephants, bison, and many birds do today. The youngest dinosaur in the herd pauses beside a shallow pond. Its reflection ripples gently across the water. It lowers its head carefully, drinks, then looks curiously at a dragonfly resting nearby. For a brief moment, nothing else seems to exist. Only a quiet morning, a still pond, and simple curiosity. High above, clouds drift lazily across a bright blue sky. The atmosphere contains more carbon dioxide than today. The planet remains warmer. Polar regions are much milder. There are no permanent ice caps covering the poles. Forests grow much farther north and south than they do in our own time. Earth wears a different face, yet it is every bit as beautiful. The breeze carries the scent of pine-like trees. Warm soil, fresh rain from yesterday. You notice cones scattered beneath towering conifers, without flowering plants. These ancient trees reproduce using seeds protected inside cones. It is a strategy that has worked for millions of years. Some conifer families alive today are direct descendants of forests like these. In a quiet way, parts of this ancient world still survive. Not every dinosaur is enormous. Between the feet of the larger herbivores, small feathered relatives dart through the undergrowth. Yes, feathers. Many people imagine feathers appeared only on birds. But fossils tell a different story. Scientists have discovered that numerous dinosaurs had simple feathers or feather-like coverings. At first, these feathers may not have been used for flight at all. Instead, they likely helped keep animals warm, or attracted mates, or made individuals appear larger. Nature often invents one purpose, only for evolution to discover another later. A gentle rustling comes from nearby bushes. Several small dinosaurs emerge. They move quickly, stopping often, tilting their heads as they search for insects hidden beneath leaves. Their behavior feels surprisingly familiar. If you've ever watched modern chickens exploring a garden, you've witnessed echoes of ancient dinosaur behavior. Because birds are living dinosaurs, not descendants in the distant sense, but actual surviving members of the dinosaur family tree. It is a remarkable thought. Every sparrow, every eagle, every owl carries a tiny piece of this ancient world into the present day. As midday approaches, the forest grows warmer. Heat shimmers above open grassless plains. There is still no grass. That may sound surprising. Grass will not evolve until much later. Instead, the landscape is dominated by ferns, low shrubs, cycads, conifers, and ancient seed plants. Entire ecosystems flourish without a single blade of lawn. Nature always finds another way. A gentle wind ripples across the fern fields. The movement spreads like waves across a green ocean. Thousands of leaves sway together. The sound is soft, like distant whispers. You stand quietly, listening, feeling, simply existing within this ancient landscape. Far away, a low rumble echoes, not thunder, a herd moving together. Their footsteps travel through the ground before reaching your ears. The earth itself seems to breathe beneath them, one slow step at a time. Imagine how different the world feels without human sounds. No engines, no aircraft, no machines, only wind, water, bird-like calls, insects, and the steady rhythms of life. Perhaps this silence is what makes the prehistoric world feel so peaceful. The afternoon sun slowly begins its journey toward the horizon. Golden light bathes the treetops. Long shadows stretch once again across the valley. The giant herbivores gradually make their way toward fresh feeding grounds. Youngsters stay close beside their parents. Tiny dinosaurs retreat into dense vegetation. Pterosaurs circle gracefully overhead. Everything follows familiar daily routines, just as living creatures still do today. You find a comfortable place beneath a towering conifer. Its branches provide cool shade. The scent of resin drifts gently through the warm air. You lean back against the rough bark. Above you, ancient leaves sway softly. A few cones fall quietly to the forest floor. Time slows, or perhaps It simply feels slower here. Millions of years unfold without hurry, without stress, without noise. As evening settles over the land, the sky turns shades of amber, rose, and deep violet. The first stars begin to appear once again. The same stars that watched over the first dinosaurs. The same stars that watch over us tonight. Constant, patient, timeless. Take one slow breath in and another gentle breath out. Allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your thoughts to become lighter. Tomorrow, our peaceful journey continues. We will witness the great Jurassic transformation, when dinosaurs grow larger than anyone could have imagined, and gentle giants begin to rule the forests of Earth. Until then, rest peacefully in the quiet age of dinosaurs. Another dawn arrives, not the dawn of a single day, but the dawn of a new age. Millions upon millions of years have quietly passed. The world has changed so slowly that no living creature could have noticed it happening. Mountains have risen, rivers have changed course, forests have spread across new lands, and deep beneath your feet, the supercontinent of Pangaea has begun to break apart. The Earth's crust, though it feels solid, is always moving, only a few centimeters each year, about as quickly as your fingernails grow. Yet over millions of years, those tiny movements reshape the entire planet. Today, you have arrived in the Jurassic period, a time between about 201 and 145 million years ago. This is the age many people picture when they imagine dinosaurs. Towering giants, endless forests, and a warm, green world alive with extraordinary creatures. Take a slow breath. The air feels rich with moisture. The climate has changed. As the continents drift apart, new coastlines form. Warm seas push inland. Rain falls more often. Dry deserts begin to shrink. Lush forests spread across much of the land. Life flourishes almost everywhere. The forest around you is unlike any modern forest. There are still no flowering plants, no roses, no daisies, no maple trees. Instead, towering conifers reach nearly 60 meters into the sky. Ancient ginkgo trees spread graceful fan-shaped leaves. Tree ferns form soft green canopies below. Thick moss carpets fall on logs. Every surface seems alive. Sunlight filters through layers of green, painting gentle patterns across the forest floor. The sounds are different too. Gentle chirps echo high above. Small feathered dinosaurs call to one another. Primitive insects buzz lazily in the warm air. Somewhere nearby, a stream flows over smooth stones. Its quiet music has been playing here for countless generations. You walk slowly beside that stream. The water is crystal clear. Tiny fish glide through patches of sunlight. Small amphibians rest beneath broad leaves. Nothing seems hurried. Everything belongs exactly where it is. Then, you notice something remarkable. At first, it looks like the trunk of a moving tree. Thick, gray, immense. But then another appears. And another. You have found a herd of sauropods, among the largest animals ever to walk on Earth. One giant slowly lifts its head above the forest canopy. Its neck stretches higher and higher, nearly as tall as a modern 5-story building. Its movements are surprisingly gentle, slow, careful, almost graceful, despite weighing many tons. Each step is calm and deliberate. Scientists once imagined these giants spent most of their lives standing in deep lakes to support their weight. Today, evidence tells a different story. Their bones were strong, their muscles powerful. They were fully capable of walking across dry land. Their enormous bodies were masterpieces of natural engineering. Imagine eating as much as one of these giants. Every single day, hundreds of kilograms of leaves, branch after branch, hour after hour. Their long necks allow them to reach food without constantly moving their massive bodies. A simple design that saves energy. Nature often favors elegant solutions. The herd spreads quietly through the forest. Each animal browses a different section of trees. Young dinosaurs remain safely surrounded by adults. The oldest individuals move with quiet confidence. There is little competition. The forest provides enough food for everyone. You remain unnoticed, simply watching, listening. The sound of leaves being stripped from branches is soft, almost rhythmic. Occasionally, one giant exhales, a deep, gentle breath. Warm air drifts through nearby ferns. Not all Jurassic dinosaurs are giants. Near the feet of the sauropods, small mammals quietly emerge from hidden burrows. They are tiny, about the size of modern mice. Most are active during the night, avoiding the larger reptiles that dominate daylight hours. Although mammals already exist, this is not yet their world. Their great age will come much later. For now, they survive through patience, adaptability, and caution. High above, something glides gracefully between towering trees. It is a pterosaur. Its wings stretch wide against the bright blue sky. It catches warm rising air, barely moving its wings, floating effortlessly, like a living kite. Some pterosaurs are no larger than gulls. Others have wingspans greater than a small airplane. Yet all share one remarkable gift: the freedom of flight. Clouds slowly gather overhead. A light summer rain begins. Large droplets fall gently through the forest canopy. Leaves shimmer with fresh water. The scent of damp earth becomes even richer. Tiny streams form beside ancient roots. Everything seems refreshed. The sauropods do not seem bothered by the rain. They continue feeding peacefully. Water runs down their enormous backs. Small feathered dinosaurs dart beneath fallen logs for shelter. The forest simply continues, following its ancient rhythm. As the afternoon sun returns, steam rises softly from warm stones. A rainbow briefly appears above the trees. It lasts only a few moments, then quietly fades. Even in the Jurassic, simple beauty exists. Far away, you hear another sound, a deep, rolling call, not threatening, simply distant. Perhaps another herd communicating across the valley. Some paleontologists believe large dinosaurs may have produced deep, low-frequency sounds that traveled long distances. Much like modern elephants, the forest carries those echoes gently through the warm air. You continue walking. Everywhere you look, life feels abundant. Dragonflies skim across ponds. Beetles crawl beneath bark. Ferns unfurl toward the sunlight. Ancient trees produce fresh cones. Every living thing plays its part. No creature lives entirely alone. The Jurassic world is a vast network of connections. Plants feed herbivores. Herbivores shape forests. Predators balance populations. Decomposers quietly return nutrients to the soil. The cycle never truly ends. As evening approaches, golden light pours across the treetops. The great sauropods begin moving toward another feeding ground. Their enormous silhouettes glow softly beneath the setting sun. One by one, they disappear into the forest. Only broken branches and enormous footprints remain, silent reminders that giants were here. You sit beside the quiet stream once again. The water reflects the first evening stars. The forest grows peaceful. The insects become softer. The breeze cooler. Everything slows. Take another deep, comfortable breath. Feel your muscles relaxing. Feel your thoughts becoming lighter. Tomorrow night, our journey continues deeper into the Jurassic. We will meet one of the most famous predators in Earth's history, not through fear, but through quiet understanding of its place in nature. For now, the giants have gone to rest, and perhaps it is time for you to rest as well. Sleep peacefully beneath the ancient trees of the Jurassic world. The forest is still. Morning has only just begun. A soft silver mist drifts between towering conifer trees. Tiny drops of water cling to every fern. The world feels fresh, peaceful, and wonderfully quiet. Take a slow breath. Imagine cool morning air filling your lungs. The scent of damp earth, fresh pine resin, and rain from the night before. There is nowhere to hurry. The Jurassic world has all the time in the world. As the sun slowly rises, golden light begins touching the tops of the tallest trees. Birdsong has not yet filled the forests as it does today. Instead, you hear the gentle chirping of small, feathered dinosaurs, the distant buzz of insects, and somewhere, the steady sound of a flowing river. Every sound blends together, like a calm piece of music. You continue along a wide forest path. It was not made by humans, nor by rivers. It was created over many generations, by enormous dinosaurs walking the same peaceful route, one careful step at a time. Their feet gently press the soil, again and again, until a natural pathway formed through the forest. Ahead, the trees begin to part. You step into a broad green valley. The morning mist is slowly lifting, and there, standing quietly beneath the towering conifers, is one of the largest animals that has ever lived, a brachiosaurus. At first, it is difficult to understand its size. Its legs alone are taller than many houses. Its neck stretches gracefully into the canopy, almost reaching the height of a modern four-story building. Its body is enormous, yet nothing about it feels hurried or dangerous. It simply stands, eating breakfast. Unlike many other long-necked dinosaurs, Brachiosaurus has longer front legs than back legs. This gives its shoulders a gentle upward slope. Its neck naturally reaches high into the trees, like a living crane, designed by evolution over millions of years. It feeds where few other animals can, leaves that are far beyond the reach of smaller herbivores. Watch carefully. It wraps its strong jaws around a cluster of leafy branches. With one slow movement, it pulls them free. The leaves disappear. Another branch follows. Then another. Hour after hour, the giant calmly eats. Not because it is greedy, but because a body this large needs an incredible amount of energy. Scientists estimate that giant sauropods may have eaten hundreds of kilograms of vegetation every day. Fortunately, Jurassic forests provided an endless buffet of greenery. The Brachiosaurus is not alone. Several others stand nearby. They are spread across the valley, each choosing different trees. This keeps them from competing too much for food. Nature often finds balance in simple ways. A much younger dinosaur stays close to its mother. Though young, it is already larger than an elephant. Its curious eyes explore everything. A butterfly has not yet evolved, but a large dragonfly lands nearby. The youngster tilts its head, watching quietly. Curiosity, like hunger, is an ancient part of life. The adults remain calm. Occasionally, one lifts its head completely above the trees, perhaps checking the surroundings, perhaps simply looking toward distant hills. No one knows exactly what thoughts, if any, pass through a dinosaur's mind. But fossils suggest these animals were far from simple. They cared for their young. They traveled together. They remembered migration routes. Life required awareness, even in peaceful times. As you sit quietly beneath a nearby conifer, a gentle breeze begins to move through the valley. The tops of the trees sway slowly. Leaves rustle together. The sound reminds you of ocean waves. Soft, steady, relaxing. The Brachiosaurus herd barely notices. They continue eating, one branch at a time. Far above, the sky is brilliantly blue. White clouds drift lazily overhead. The atmosphere contains more oxygen than many earlier periods in Earth's history. The forests are thriving. Everywhere you look, life is growing. A small feathered dinosaur suddenly runs across the path. It is no larger than a turkey. Its tiny arms are covered in simple feathers. Its long tail helps it balance as it darts between fallen logs. It pauses, looks around, finds a beetle beneath loose bark, then quickly disappears again. Even the smallest creatures have important jobs within the ecosystem. Nearby, a fallen tree has begun returning to the soil. Tiny fungi spread across its bark. Insects tunnel through the soft wood. Bacteria quietly break down the fibers. Nothing in nature lasts forever, and nothing truly goes to waste. Death becomes life, again and again, for millions of years. The sun climbs higher. Warmth spreads across the valley. The herd slowly begins moving, not because they are frightened, simply because they have eaten most of the nearby leaves. Each enormous step is surprisingly quiet. Soft feet, flexible pads, gentle movements. Scientists believe the feet of sauropods helped cushion their tremendous weight. Walking efficiently was essential for animals this large. As they leave, you notice their footprints. Each one is wide enough for a person to comfortably stand inside. Rainwater will later collect there. Small animals will drink from those temporary pools. Plants may even begin growing in the soft, disturbed soil. Even a single footprint creates new opportunities for life. Nature wastes nothing. The afternoon becomes peaceful. You follow a quiet stream flowing through the valley. Small fish swim beneath the surface. Dragonflies skim across the water. Ancient turtles rest on sun-warmed rocks. Many turtle species alive today still resemble ancestors that lived alongside dinosaurs. Some designs work so well that evolution changes very little. The forest gradually becomes quieter. Many animals rest during the hottest hours of the day. Even insects seem calmer. Only the steady sound of flowing water remains. It becomes almost like a lullaby, gentle, endless, comforting. As evening approaches, the sunlight turns golden once again. The Brachiosaurus herd has reached another grove of towering trees. They continue feeding peacefully beneath the glowing sky. Their long shadows stretch across the valley. The youngest dinosaur stays safely between two adults, protected, comfortable, at home. Above, the first stars begin appearing, exactly as they have for hundreds of millions of years. The moon rises slowly. Its pale light reflects across the quiet river. The forest prepares for another peaceful night. Take one final slow breath. Feel your body becoming wonderfully heavy, your thoughts drifting farther away. Tomorrow, our gentle journey continues. We will meet another famous Jurassic resident, a powerful hunter whose story is often misunderstood. We will discover that even Earth's greatest predators spent far more time resting, walking, and simply living than chasing prey. Until then, sleep peacefully beneath the ancient stars of the Jurassic world. The first light of morning slowly spreads across the Jurassic forest. A thin layer of mist rests above the river. The air is cool, fresh, almost perfectly still. The towering conifers glow softly as the rising sun reaches their highest branches. Everything feels calm, as though the entire world is waking very gently. Take a slow breath. Imagine the scent of wet stone, fresh pine, and rich forest soil. Listen carefully. A stream flows nearby. Leaves whisper in the breeze. Tiny insects hum quietly among the ferns. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is loud. This ancient world follows a peaceful rhythm. Today, we will quietly observe one of the most famous dinosaurs ever discovered. A dinosaur that movies often portray as endlessly fierce. Always running, always roaring, always hunting. But nature is rarely like the movies. Real animals spend much of their lives doing ordinary things. They rest, they drink, they search for food. They conserve energy. And so did the great predator of the Jurassic, Allosaurus. From a safe distance, hidden among the trees, you notice movement near the edge of a broad meadow. A large animal steps into the morning light. Its body is balanced by a long, muscular tail. Its powerful legs carry it with quiet confidence. Its head moves slowly from side to side, watching, listening, sensing the world around it. There is no dramatic roar, no frantic chase, only careful observation. Allosaurus lived about 155 million years ago. It was one of the largest predators of its time. An adult measured around 8 to 10 meters, or 26 to 33 feet long. Its jaws were filled with sharp, curved teeth, perfect for gripping prey. Yet despite its impressive appearance, most of its day was probably surprisingly peaceful. Like modern lions or crocodiles, it likely spent many hours resting, saving energy, waiting for the right opportunity. The morning sun continues to rise. The Allosaurus walks toward the river. Its footsteps are steady, measured, deliberate. Each step leaves a clear print in the soft mud. It lowers its head. The surface of the water trembles. Gentle ripples spread outward. The dinosaur drinks quietly, cool water reflecting the blue morning sky. For a few peaceful moments, predator and river share the same silence. Nearby, small fish dart between smooth stones. Dragonflies skim across the water. Tiny feathered dinosaurs search the riverbank for insects. They remain alert, but not panicked. Every creature understands its surroundings. Life here is built upon awareness, not constant fear. Many predators do not hunt every day. A successful meal can provide enough energy for several days, sometimes even longer. That means much of life is spent simply existing, walking, resting, watching the changing light, feeling the warmth of the sun. The Jurassic world is quieter than many people imagine. The Allosaurus leaves the river. It finds a warm patch of sunlight beside a fallen conifer. Slowly, it lowers its body to the ground. Its breathing becomes slow, steady. Its eyes remain half open, not asleep, simply resting, much like a modern lion resting beneath an acacia tree. Energy is precious. Nature teaches efficiency. As the morning grows warmer, the forest becomes more active. Small herbivorous dinosaurs emerge from dense vegetation. Some feed on young ferns. Others nibble fresh shoots beneath the trees. They communicate with soft chirps and gentle calls. Life continues around the resting predator, each species following its own daily routine. High above, a pterosaur circles effortlessly. Its wings barely move. Warm air carries it higher. From above, the forests stretch toward the horizon like an endless green sea, broken only by winding rivers, rocky cliffs, and distant lakes shimmering beneath the sunlight. The earth itself continues changing. Although impossible to notice in a single day, the continents are still drifting apart. The Atlantic Ocean is only beginning to form. Volcanoes occasionally reshape distant landscapes. Mountains slowly rise. Rivers patiently carve new valleys. The planet is alive, even beneath your feet. By midday, warm sunlight fills the forest. The Allosaurus rises once more, not because it is hungry, simply because it continues its daily journey. It walks through towering ferns, passing enormous cycads, stepping carefully over fallen branches. Its powerful body moves with surprising grace. Large predators must avoid unnecessary injury. A broken leg would mean disaster, so every movement is careful, balanced, intentional. Ahead, a herd of large herbivores grazes peacefully. The Allosaurus pauses. It watches quietly. There is no sudden attack. Many animals are healthy adults, strong, alert. A hunt would require tremendous energy, and success is never guaranteed. Sometimes, the wisest decision is simply to keep walking. Nature rewards patience as much as strength. Clouds slowly gather overhead. A gentle afternoon shower begins. Rain falls softly through the forest canopy. Tiny droplets sparkle on fern leaves. The scent of wet earth grows even richer. The Allosaurus stands quietly beneath a massive conifer. Water runs along its back. The forest becomes almost silent except for falling rain. It is a peaceful silence, one that has echoed across Jurassic forests for millions of years. After the rain, sunlight returns. Steam rises gently from warm rocks. Tiny frogs begin calling near shallow pools. Insects become active once again. Every rainfall refreshes the forest. Every drop supports life. As evening approaches, golden light spreads across the valley. The Allosaurus climbs a small ridge overlooking the forest. From here, It can see rivers winding through ancient trees, distant sauropods moving slowly across open plains, pterosaurs gliding against the orange sky. It stands quietly, a silent guardian of its ancient world, not ruling through constant violence, but simply living within the balance of nature. The sun slips below the horizon. The sky turns shades of amber, purple, and deep blue. The first stars appear, exactly as they have, night after night, for countless millions of years. You sit beside a smooth stone overlooking the valley. The cool evening breeze brushes gently across your face. The sounds of the forest soften. The day is ending. The world grows quiet once more. Take one long, comfortable breath. Feel your body becoming heavier, your eyelids relaxing. Tomorrow, our journey will continue beyond the forests, toward the warm Jurassic coastline, where enormous marine reptiles rule ancient seas, and the story of the dinosaurs expands far beyond the land. Until then, rest peacefully beneath the endless Jurassic sky. Morning arrives once again, not with noise, but with light. Soft, golden sunlight slowly spreads across a coastline unlike any on Earth today. Behind you, the great Jurassic forests stretch toward distant mountains. Ahead, an ancient sea shimmers beneath the early sky. Its gentle waves roll onto a wide sandy shore, one after another, never hurrying, never stopping. Take a slow breath. Imagine the fresh scent of salty air, the cool breeze coming from the water, the quiet rhythm of waves meeting the shore. For a moment, nothing exists except the sea, the sky, and time itself. Although we often call this the age of dinosaurs, the oceans belong to different rulers. Many of the largest creatures swimming beneath these waters are not dinosaurs at all. They are marine reptiles, close relatives, but members of entirely different branches of life's family tree. Some have long necks, some resemble dolphins, others grow larger than modern whales, each perfectly adapted to life beneath the waves. You begin walking slowly along the shoreline. The sand feels warm beneath your feet. Tiny shells lie scattered everywhere. Some belong to animals that still have distant relatives alive today. Others belong to creatures that vanished millions of years ago. Every shell tells a story, a quiet reminder that life leaves traces, even after countless ages have passed. The tide is low. Shallow pools remain among smooth rocks. Inside them, small fish dart between patches of green algae. Ancient horseshoe crabs slowly crawl across the sandy bottom. Remarkably, their ancestors appeared long before the dinosaurs, and their descendants still survive today. Sometimes, nature discovers a successful design and keeps it almost unchanged for hundreds of millions of years. Far out over the calm water, a graceful shape rises to the surface. For a brief moment, a long neck curves gently above the waves. Then, just as quietly, it disappears again. You have caught a glimpse of a plesiosaur. Unlike fish or whales, plesiosaurs breathe air. Every so often, they must return to the surface. A slow breath, a quiet look across the sea, then another smooth dive beneath the water. Their broad flippers carry them effortlessly through the ocean, almost as though they are flying underwater. Scientists still debate exactly how they swam, but many believe they moved much like modern sea turtles. using graceful strokes through the water. You sit upon a smooth stone overlooking the sea. The morning sun reflects across countless tiny waves. Each sparkle lasts only a moment, before another replaces it. Nature is always changing, yet somehow, always feels the same. A gentle shadow passes overhead. You look up, high above the cliffs. Several pterosaurs glide on warm ocean winds. Their wings remain perfectly still. The rising air carries them effortlessly higher. They search the water below for fish swimming near the surface. Suddenly, one folds its wings. It dives, with remarkable precision. A splash. Then moments later, it rises again, a silver fish held gently within its beak. The hunt is quick, quiet, efficient. Along the shoreline, small feathered dinosaurs search among seaweed washed onto the beach. They peck at insects, tiny crabs, and shellfish left behind by the retreating tide. The boundary between land and sea provides endless opportunities for life. Every tide changes the landscape. Every wave brings something new. The Jurassic oceans are astonishingly rich. Coral reefs thrive beneath warm, tropical waters. Schools of ancient fish move together like shimmering clouds. Ammonites drift through the sea. These remarkable animals resemble modern squid, protected by beautiful spiral shells. Some shells are no larger than a coin. Others grow wider than a wagon wheel. Their fossils are among the most common treasures discovered by paleontologists today. Each spiral preserves another small chapter of Earth's history. As the sun climbs higher, the sea becomes almost perfectly calm. The surface reflects the blue sky like polished glass. You notice another movement in the distance. This time, something much larger. A sleek body breaks through the surface, long jaws filled with sharp teeth, powerful tail sweeping gently behind. An ichthyosaur. At first glance, it looks surprisingly similar to a dolphin. Yet dolphins are mammals. Ichthyosaurs are reptiles. Their resemblance is an example of something scientists call convergent evolution. When unrelated animals face similar challenges, they often evolve similar solutions. A streamlined body, strong tail, smooth shape for swimming quickly through open water. Nature often solves the same problem more than once. The ichthyosaur disappears beneath the waves. Only a circle of ripples remains. Silence returns. The ocean keeps many of its stories hidden beneath the surface, just as it still does today. Clouds slowly gather during the afternoon. A gentle breeze strengthens. Small waves roll toward the shore. The scent of salt becomes richer. Seabirds have not yet evolved into the forms we know today. Instead, pterosaurs continue to dominate the skies above the coastline. Their distant calls echo softly between rocky cliffs. You continue walking along the beach. Every footprint you leave is soon erased by the tide. It is a gentle reminder that nature is always renewing itself. Nothing remains exactly as it was, yet the rhythm continues. Wave after wave, day after day, million after million of years. As evening approaches, the clouds part once more. Golden sunlight pours across the sea. The water becomes a brilliant mirror of orange and gold. Far offshore, several plesiosaurs rise together for fresh air. For a few peaceful moments, their graceful necks catch the evening light. Then, one by one, They slip silently beneath the waves again. The tide slowly rises. The pools disappear beneath fresh seawater. Crabs retreat into rocky crevices. The beach grows quieter. Only the steady whisper of waves remains. Above, the first stars begin appearing. Their reflections dance gently upon the darkening sea. The moon rises over the distant horizon, just as it has for hundreds of millions of years, lighting oceans long before the first human ever looked upon them. You sit quietly upon the warm sand, listening to the endless rhythm of the waves, feeling the cool evening breeze, allowing your thoughts to drift as slowly as the tide. Tomorrow, our peaceful journey will take us farther out into the open ocean, where the deepest waters hold some of the largest and most extraordinary marine reptiles the Jurassic world has ever known. Until then, rest peacefully, sleep deeply, and let the quiet waves of the Jurassic Sea carry you gently into dreams. The morning begins, not in the forest, and not upon the shore, but far beyond the coastline. The sea stretches in every direction. Soft blue water meets a pale blue sky. The horizon seems endless. There are no ships, no harbors, no distant engines, only gentle waves, rolling across an ancient ocean. Take a slow breath. Imagine the cool, salty air, the steady rhythm of the water beneath you, the warmth of the early sun upon your face. Everything feels peaceful. Everything feels wonderfully still. The Jurassic oceans cover much of the Earth. Warm seas flow between continents that are slowly drifting apart. New coastlines appear. Ancient ones disappear. Over millions of years, the oceans quietly reshape the planet. Yet on a calm morning like this, the water seems timeless. You lean over the side of an imaginary wooden platform floating peacefully on the sea. The water is so clear that sunlight reaches surprisingly deep below the surface. Tiny fish move through shafts of golden light. Silver scales flash for only a moment, then disappear into the blue. The ocean below is filled with life, much of it hidden, much of it still waiting to be discovered by future paleontologists. Let your imagination drift gently beneath the surface. The sunlight becomes softer. The sounds of the wind fade away. Everything grows quieter. Water has a way of slowing the world. Even your thoughts seem to move more gently here. Below you, forests of sea lilies sway with the current. Although they resemble underwater flowers, sea lilies are actually animals. They anchor themselves to the seafloor, extending delicate arms into the water to collect tiny drifting particles of food. Some of their relatives are still alive today, quietly continuing a lifestyle that began hundreds of millions of years ago. Nearby, a graceful school of ancient fish moves together as one. Hundreds of individuals, turning at exactly the same moment. No leader, no spoken command, only instinct, refined through countless generations. Together, they appear almost like a single living cloud. Farther below, an elegant shadow glides silently through the blue. It is an ichthyosaur. Its body is smooth and streamlined. Its powerful tail moves from side to side. Large eyes scan the dim water. Some ichthyosaurs had eyes nearly the size of dinner plates, among the largest eyes of any animal that has ever lived. These enormous eyes help them see in deep or murky water, where sunlight barely reached. The ichthyosaur moves effortlessly. There is no wasted motion. Every curve of its body has been shaped by evolution. Although it is a reptile, its streamlined form reminds us of dolphins and even sharks. This is another beautiful example of convergent evolution. Different branches of life, finding similar solutions to the same challenge. Swimming efficiently through open water. The ocean floor appears below. Soft sediment stretches across wide plains. Tiny shellfish burrow beneath the sand. Sea stars slowly crawl across ancient reefs. Crabs search patiently among scattered shells. Life here is gentle, almost unhurried. One shell catches your attention. It belongs to an ammonite. Its spiral shell is beautifully patterned. Inside lives a soft-bodied animal related to modern squid and octopuses. The ammonite drifts quietly with the current, adjusting its buoyancy by controlling tiny chambers inside its shell. Nature's engineering is astonishingly elegant, simple, effective, timeless. Above, sunlight dances across the water. The rippling surface creates moving patterns of light on the ocean floor. Everything glows softly. Even the rocks seem alive beneath the shifting reflections. As the morning passes, the current becomes slightly stronger. Not dangerous, only enough to gently sway the underwater plants. Tiny particles drift through the water, providing food for countless microscopic creatures. Those tiny organisms support fish. Fish support marine reptiles. Marine reptiles eventually return nutrients to the sea. Every living thing is connected. Even the smallest plankton plays an important role. In fact, much of the oxygen you breathe today comes from microscopic organisms living in Earth's oceans. Even during the age of dinosaurs, tiny marine life quietly helped shape the atmosphere. The smallest creatures often have the greatest influence. A large shadow appears in the distance. Slowly, very slowly, it approaches. Not a dinosaur, not an ichthyosaur, but one of the ocean's gentle giants. A giant pliosaur relative passes through deeper water. Its massive body moves with calm confidence. Its powerful flippers push against the sea. Although it is one of the ocean's top predators, it is not constantly hunting. Like most large animals, it conserves energy whenever possible. It glides peacefully, almost effortlessly, before disappearing once again into the blue. You remain perfectly safe, simply observing, like a quiet visitor, floating through an ancient world. Hours seem to pass without urgency. The ocean has its own sense of time. The waves above continue their endless rhythm. The tides slowly rise and fall. The moon quietly pulls at the sea, just as it still does today. Even during the Jurassic, the tides shaped coastlines, moved nutrients, and influenced countless forms of life. Some things never change. As afternoon sunlight begins to soften, you slowly rise back toward the surface. The water becomes brighter, warmer. The gentle sounds of wind return. Small waves sparkle beneath the lowering sun. Far away, a group of pterosaurs glides above the open ocean, searching patiently for fish. Their reflections briefly touch the water, then disappear. The evening sky gradually turns shades of gold, orange, and soft lavender. The sea reflects every color. It is impossible to tell where the ocean ends and the sky begins. Everything blends together, quietly, beautifully, One final breath of cool ocean air. One final look across the peaceful Jurassic Sea. Tomorrow night, our journey will return to land, where new dinosaurs are evolving. Forests continue to change, and tiny feathered creatures are taking the first remarkable steps toward becoming true birds. For now, allow the gentle motion of the ancient ocean to carry you deeper into rest, deeper into calm, deeper into sleep. Another peaceful morning begins in the Jurassic world. A cool breeze drifts through the forest. Mist rises slowly from a quiet lake. The first rays of sunlight filter through towering conifers. Golden light dances across the fern-covered ground. Everything feels calm, fresh, full of possibility. Take one slow breath. Imagine standing at the edge of this ancient woodland. The scent of pine, the rich fragrance of damp moss, the soft rustle of leaves high above. For a little while, the modern world fades away. Only the forest remains. As you begin your gentle walk, you notice something unusual. The forest seems more alive than before, not because there are more animals, but because the trees themselves are filled with movement. Tiny feathered creatures leap from branch to branch. Some glide, some climb, others make short, fluttering jumps through the air. Today, we are witnessing one of evolution's most remarkable experiments, the beginning of flight. For millions of years, feathers had already existed, but they were not created for flying. The earliest feathers were simple, soft, hair-like. They probably helped dinosaurs stay warm, protected delicate skin, or displayed colorful patterns during courtship. Only much later did feathers become the key to something extraordinary: the sky. You quietly approach a fallen tree. There, resting on an old branch, is a small feathered dinosaur, no larger than a crow. Its body is covered with delicate feathers. Its long tail still looks unmistakably dinosaur-like. Its hands carry curved claws. Its mouth contains tiny teeth, yet soft feathers cover its arms. This remarkable animal is called Archaeopteryx. Archaeopteryx lived about 150 million years ago. It is often called one of the earliest birds. Although scientists continue discussing exactly where it belongs on the dinosaur family tree, one thing is certain: it beautifully combines the features of both birds and dinosaurs. It is a living bridge between two worlds. The little creature watches the forest carefully. Its bright eyes follow insects drifting through shafts of sunlight. It tilts its head, listening, waiting. Then, with one graceful movement, it leaps. Its wings spread wide. Feathers catch the morning air. For only a few seconds, it glides gently toward another tree, not soaring like an eagle, not flapping powerfully like a modern pigeon, simply gliding, carefully, elegantly. Nature is still learning how to fly. You smile quietly. Even the greatest achievements often begin with small experiments. A short glide, a tiny improvement, a feather that catches just a little more air. Generation after generation, evolution patiently refines each design, without hurry, without deadlines, only time. Around you, other feathered dinosaurs continue their daily routines. Some search beneath loose bark for insects. Others hop across fallen branches. A few chase dragonflies through patches of warm sunlight. The forest feels wonderfully alive, yet wonderfully peaceful. Above the canopy, larger pterosaurs continue gliding effortlessly. It is important to remember, pterosaurs are not birds, and they are not dinosaurs. They belong to their own unique group of flying reptiles. For millions of years, the skies are shared. Small feathered dinosaurs explore new ways of flying among the trees, while pterosaurs rule the open air above the forest. Two very different journeys, leading to the same destination. You continue walking beside a quiet stream. Crystal clear water flows over smooth stones. Tiny fish swim lazily in the gentle current. Several feathered dinosaurs gather along the riverbank. They carefully pick insects from the water's edge. Their quick movements look surprisingly familiar. If you've ever watched robins searching for worms, or sparrows hopping through a garden, you've seen behaviors that may echo these ancient ancestors. Some habits survive astonishing lengths of time. The morning grows warmer. Sunlight reaches deeper into the forest. Butterflies still do not exist. Flowers have not yet transformed the landscape. Instead, the trees produce cones. Ferns spread broad green leaves. Moss blankets fallen logs. Every shade of green seems richer in the gentle morning light. Nearby, a group of young dinosaurs plays together. They chase one another around tree trunks, stopping suddenly, starting again, curious, energetic. Although we cannot know exactly how dinosaurs behaved, many scientists believe young animals were naturally playful. Modern birds, mammals, even reptiles often play while growing. Play helps develop muscles, coordination, awareness. Perhaps it has always been part of growing up. Clouds drift lazily across the sky. A cool breeze rustles the branches overhead. Loose feathers float gently through the air. One lands softly upon the forest floor. Millions of years later, a feather like this may leave only the faintest impression in fine mud. Under extraordinary conditions, it becomes a fossil, a tiny gift to scientists living in the distant future, a whisper from another age. By afternoon, the forest settles into its peaceful rhythm once again. Larger herbivores browse among towering conifers. Tiny mammals remain hidden in cool burrows. The feathered dinosaurs continue moving through the branches above, each species finding its own place, each contributing to the balance of the ecosystem. No creature exists alone. As evening approaches, golden light fills the forest. The Archaeopteryx returns to its favorite branch. It gently folds its feathered wings. Its breathing slows. Soon, darkness will cover the Jurassic world once again. The stars will appear. The moon will rise. Another quiet day will come to an end. You find a comfortable place beneath an ancient ginkgo tree. Its fan-shaped leaves move softly in the evening breeze. The forest grows quieter. The insects soften their songs. A gentle peace settles over everything. Take another slow breath. Feel your shoulders becoming lighter. Feel your eyelids growing heavier. Tomorrow, our journey will continue as the Jurassic world slowly gives way to a new chapter in Earth's history. The continents will drift farther apart. New plants will begin to spread, and the age of the mighty Cretaceous will quietly begin. For now, rest beneath the ancient trees, dream beneath the timeless stars, and let the gentle flutter of the very first feathered wings carry you softly into sleep. The stars slowly fade. One by one, the brightest points of light disappear into a pale blue sky. Morning arrives gently, A cool breeze moves through the treetops. Somewhere beyond the forest, a river quietly makes its way toward the sea. The earth has changed again. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but through millions of patient years. Welcome to the early Cretaceous period. Nearly 140 million years have passed since the beginning of the Jurassic. Entire generations of dinosaurs have come and gone. Mountain ranges have risen. Ancient volcanoes have fallen silent. The continents have drifted farther apart. The world is begging to resemble the map we know today. Not exactly, but the familiar shapes are slowly emerging. The Atlantic Ocean grows a little wider every year. South America gradually separates from Africa. India has begun an extraordinary journey northward, drifting across the ancient sea. Yet no creature alive notices these changes. To them, the world simply feels like home. Take a slow breath. The air feels warm, but fresh after a light rain during the night. Sunlight filters through a forest unlike any we've visited before. Something new has appeared. At first, it seems almost ordinary. A small splash of color beneath the green canopy. Then another, and another. Tiny blossoms sway gently in the breeze. These are flowers, among the first flowering plants, also called angiosperms. For hundreds of millions of years, the earth was ruled by forests of conifers, ferns, cycads, and ginkgo trees. Now, a quiet revolution is beginning. Flowers are changing the planet. Not quickly, not all at once, but steadily, patiently, exactly as evolution always works. The earliest flowers are modest, nothing like the roses, sunflowers, or orchids we know today. Their blossoms are small, simple, almost easy to overlook. Yet these tiny plants will eventually transform nearly every ecosystem on Earth, including our own. With flowers come new opportunities. Tiny insects gather around the blossoms. Some accidentally carry pollen from one flower to another. Neither the insect nor the flower understands what is happening. Yet together, they begin one of nature's greatest partnerships, a relationship that will continue for more than 100 million years. You kneel beside a cluster of these early flowers. Their colors are soft, cream, pale yellow, light green. The morning dew still rests upon their petals. Tiny beetles crawl slowly between them. Bees have not yet become the dominant pollinators they are today. Instead, many ancient insects help carry pollen. Nature is still experimenting, trying different solutions. Some will succeed, others will quietly disappear. Nearby, small feathered dinosaurs wander through the flowering plants. They pause to investigate unfamiliar scents. Some search for insects hiding beneath the leaves. Others simply continue their peaceful morning walk. Every new plant creates new habitats. Every new habitat creates new opportunities. Life expands together. Above the forest, the sky is alive with pterosaurs. Their wings catch the warm morning air. They circle effortlessly above rivers, lakes, and open meadows. Some search for fish. Others feed on small animals. A few may even nibble fruit from early flowering plants. The Cretaceous world is becoming more diverse with every passing million years. As you continue walking, the forest begins to open. A broad meadow stretches toward distant hills. Here, you meet a herd of graceful herbivorous dinosaurs. Their beaks carefully clip tender shoots growing among the new flowering plants. Scientists believe many dinosaurs quickly adapted to these changing forests. Plants evolved. Herbivores evolved alongside them. Predators followed. Everything remained connected. The morning breeze carries countless scents: fresh leaves, rich soil, tree resin, and something entirely new: the delicate fragrance of flowers. For the first time in Earth's history, the air carries perfumes that would one day become familiar across the entire planet. It is a quiet beginning, yet an extraordinary one. Far away, thunder rumbles softly, not from a storm, a volcano. The earth beneath the continents remains restless. Deep underground, molten rock slowly rises toward the surface. Volcanic eruptions continue shaping landscapes throughout the Cretaceous. Fresh lava creates new land. Ash enriches the soil. Life adapts once again. By midday, warm sunlight fills the meadow. Butterfly ancestors have begun evolving. Although they are still rare, small winged insects flutter gently among the flowers. The partnership between flowers and insects grows stronger with every generation. Without realizing it, they are helping shape the future of life on Earth. You sit beside a peaceful pond. Its surface reflects white clouds drifting overhead. Dragonflies skim across the water. Tiny frogs call from hidden reeds. Early turtles bask quietly upon smooth rocks. Everything feels wonderfully balanced. No rush, no urgency, simply another peaceful afternoon. As the day slowly passes, you notice something comforting. Although millions of years have gone by, many familiar rhythms remain unchanged. The sun still rises. Rain still nourishes forests. Rivers still flow toward the sea. Animals still care for their young. The stars still appear each night. Some things endure, even as the world transforms around them. The golden light of evening spreads across the flowering meadow. The herbivorous dinosaurs gradually move toward fresh feeding grounds. Small feathered dinosaurs settle into the safety of nearby trees. Pterosaurs glide back toward rocky cliffs. The forest prepares for another quiet night. A gentle breeze stirs the flowers one last time. They sway together beneath the fading sunlight. Tiny petals catch the evening glow. Nature has written another chapter, not through sudden change, but through quiet patience, one blossom at a time. You lie back upon soft moss. Above you, the first stars appear once again, exactly where they have always been. The moon slowly rises over the ancient forest. Its silver light touches flowers that no human eye will ever see. Yet somehow, their beauty still matters. Because beauty has never required an audience. It has always existed, simply because nature created it. Take one final slow breath. Feel your body becoming wonderfully relaxed, your mind drifting farther away. Tomorrow, we will meet one of the most unusual dinosaurs of the early Cretaceous, a peaceful traveler covered in armor, perfectly adapted to a changing world. Until then, sleep deeply, sleep peacefully, and let the quiet blossoms of the ancient earth bloom gently through your dreams. A new morning unfolds. Softly, quietly, the first rays of sunlight reach across an ancient valley. Mist hangs low above a winding river. The flowers you discovered yesterday are still covered with tiny drops of dew. Every leaf sparkles. Every branch seems to glow. The world feels peaceful. as though it has all the time it could ever need. Take a slow breath. Feel the cool morning air. Listen to the distant murmur of flowing water. A feathered dinosaur calls somewhere high in the trees. Then, silence returns. A comfortable, natural silence. Today, we are searching for one of the most remarkable plant eaters of the early Cretaceous. Not because it is the largest, nor the fastest, but because evolution has given it an extraordinary form of protection. Its name is Ankylosaurus. Although the earliest armored dinosaurs appeared before it, the Ankylosaurus would become one of the finest examples of nature's defensive engineering. Imagine a living tank, not built by people, but patiently assembled by evolution over tens of millions of years. As you follow a quiet forest trail, you notice broken branches scattered across the ground. Fresh footprints press gently into the soft earth. They are broad, rounded, heavy, but unhurried. You continue walking slowly. Then, beyond a stand of ancient conifers, you see it. The Ankylosaurus is peacefully eating low-growing plants. Its body is long and broad, almost as wide as a small car. Its legs are short and powerful. Every step is slow, steady, deliberate. Covering its back are thick plates of bone, hidden beneath tough skin. These natural shields are called osteoderms. Some are smooth, others carry sharp ridges. Together, they form an impressive suit of armor. Unlike the shell of a turtle, these plates are embedded within the skin itself, flexible enough to allow movement, strong enough to discourage most predators. The dinosaur lowers its head. Its broad beak gently clips ferns, young flowering plants, and soft shrubs. Unlike giant long-necked sauropods that reached into the canopy, the Ankylosaurus lives close to the ground. It quietly harvests the rich vegetation growing beneath the forest. Every species finds its own place. Every plant has someone ready to eat it. Nature rarely wastes an opportunity. You remain perfectly still. The Ankylosaurus notices nothing unusual. Its small eyes calmly scan the forest floor. Its powerful nose may help it detect fresh plants hidden beneath fallen leaves. Scientists believe many dinosaurs relied heavily on their sense of smell, perhaps even more than their eyesight. Behind the adult, a younger Ankylosaurus slowly follows, already protected by small bony plates beginning to develop beneath its skin. Not yet fully armored, but growing stronger each year. Like all young animals, it learns by watching where to feed, when to rest, how to recognize danger, even in the distant Cretaceous. Growing up required patience. The morning sun rises higher. Warm light reflects gently from the armored plates. At first glance, the dinosaur appears almost like a living hillside covered with moss and stone. Its colors blend naturally into the forest. Camouflage is another quiet masterpiece of evolution. Sometimes, the safest place is simply remaining unnoticed. A gentle breeze carries the scent of flowering plants. Tiny insects drift from blossom to blossom. Primitive bees are beginning to appear in some regions of the world. Their partnership with flowers is still young, yet already changing forests forever. Each tiny pollinator carries grains of pollen without realizing it, helping plants spread across ancient landscapes. Small creatures, making enormous differences. Nearby, A family of feathered dinosaurs searches among fallen logs. They scratch through leaves, looking for beetles and grubs. Their movements look astonishingly similar to modern birds. It is easy to forget that every robin, every crow, every eagle alive today carries a small piece of dinosaur history. The past has never truly disappeared. It simply changed its shape. Clouds drift slowly overhead. The valley becomes pleasantly cool. A light breeze ripples through fields of early flowering plants. The ankylosaurus continues eating, without hurry, without concern. Its daily life follows a comforting rhythm. Eat, walk, rest, repeat. Simple routines have sustained life for hundreds of millions of years. As midday approaches, the dinosaur finds a quiet clearing. There, it lowers its heavy body onto the soft earth. Its breathing slows. Its eyes close for a few moments. Large animals often rest during the warmest hours of the day, saving energy, allowing digestion to continue. Even giants need quiet afternoons. You sit beneath a nearby ginkgo tree, watching sunlight dance through its fan-shaped leaves. The river continues flowing beside the meadow. Dragonflies skim across the surface. Ancient turtles slip quietly into the water. Everything around you feels perfectly balanced. No creature tries to control the forest. Each simply plays its part. By late afternoon, the ankylosaurus rises once more. Before leaving, it gently swings its massive tail. At the end is a heavy club made from solid bone. Scientists believe this tail could deliver powerful defensive blows if necessary. But today, there is no need. The tail simply sways naturally as the dinosaur walks away. A reminder that the greatest strength is often never used. Golden evening light fills the valley. Long shadows stretch across the flowers. The armored giant disappears slowly into the forest. Only its broad footprints remain. Soon, rain will soften them. Plants will grow through them. Time will quietly erase them. Until, millions of years later, a few become fossils, waiting patiently beneath layers of stone for curious minds to discover. The first stars appear above the treetops. The moon rises once again over the Cretaceous forest. The flowers close for the night. The insects grow quiet. Only the gentle sound of the river remains. Steady, endless, comforting. Take one slow breath, and another. Feel your body growing wonderfully heavy. Feel your thoughts becoming soft and distant. Tomorrow, our peaceful journey continues. We will meet a remarkable dinosaur with a duck-shaped beak, whose voice may have echoed through ancient valleys like the gentle call of a distant trumpet. Until then, sleep peacefully beneath the flowering forests of the Cretaceous, and let the quiet footsteps of Earth's gentle armored giants guide you into deeper dreams. A quiet morning arrives once again. The eastern sky slowly brightens. Soft ribbons of pink and gold spread above the ancient forest. The cool air carries the scent of fresh leaves, wildflowers, and damp earth after a peaceful night. Somewhere nearby, a gentle stream sings its endless song. It has flowed through this valley for thousands of generations. Patiently, without ever growing tired, take one slow breath. Imagine standing beside that quiet stream. Feel the cool breeze against your face. Listen to the leaves rustling overhead. There is nowhere else you need to be, only here, in this peaceful corner of the ancient earth. Millions of years continue to pass. The Cretaceous world grows richer with life. Flowering plants spread farther across the landscape. Forests become more colorful. Insects become more diverse. Birds grow more common. Every generation brings small changes, each one almost impossible to notice. Yet together, they slowly reshape the world. As you follow the river downstream, the trees begin to thin. A broad floodplain opens before you. Tall ferns sway beside patches of flowering shrubs. Beyond them, you notice movement. Not one animal, not two, but hundreds. A peaceful herd stretches across the valley. These are hadrosaurs, often called duck-billed dinosaurs. They are among the most successful plant eaters of the late Cretaceous. The first thing you notice is not their size, although many are as large as modern elephants. It is their calmness. They feed together, walk together, rest together. No rushing, no panic, only quiet cooperation. Their broad beaks are perfectly designed for gathering leaves, branches, soft stems, and flowering plants. Inside their mouths lies one of the most remarkable chewing systems evolution has ever created. Unlike many reptiles, hadrosaurs possessed hundreds of tightly packed teeth. When older teeth wore down, new ones slowly replaced them. Scientists called these dental batteries. They worked almost like giant natural grinding machines, helping the dinosaurs process tough vegetation with surprising efficiency. One adult lowers its head, carefully stripping leaves from a flowering shrub. Nearby, a younger hadrosaur imitates every movement, learning, watching, practicing, growing, just as young animals still do today. Paleontologists have discovered fossil nesting grounds containing hundreds of eggs and young dinosaurs. These discoveries suggest that many hadrosaurs cared for their offspring, perhaps for weeks, or even months. The ancient valleys may once have echoed with the gentle sounds of parents calling to their young. A comforting thought. Across 70 million years, the morning breeze moves through the valley. The flowers sway gently. Tiny insects drift from blossom to blossom. Small birds dart between the trees. Life surrounds you in every direction. Yet everything feels wonderfully peaceful. Then, a soft sound reaches your ears. Low, gentle, almost musical. One hadrosaur lifts its head. Air passes through the long, hollow crest upon its skull. The sound carries across the valley like a distant horn. Scientists believe some species, such as Parasaurolophus, used these impressive crests to produce deep, resonant calls. Perhaps to locate family members, perhaps to warn of danger, or perhaps simply to communicate while traveling. No one knows for certain, but computer models suggest the sounds may have been surprisingly rich and mellow. Not harsh, not frightening, just another peaceful voice in the ancient world. Several more calls answer from farther away. The valley briefly fills with soft echoes. Then, quiet returns. You sit beneath the shade of a broad tree, watching the herd continue its slow journey. Some animals pause to drink from the river. Others continue grazing. A few simply stand quietly, enjoying the warmth of the morning sun. Even in the age of dinosaurs, life included ordinary moments. Moments of rest, moments of calm, moments with no great adventure at all. As midday approaches, the sunlight becomes brighter. The herd gradually moves toward a nearby grove of trees. there they find fresh shade. Large animals often avoid the hottest part of the day, conserving water, saving energy. Nature always rewards efficiency. Nearby, tiny mammals emerge cautiously from hidden burrows. They search for seeds, insects, and fallen fruit from early flowering plants. Although dinosaurs dominate the landscape, mammals continue quietly preparing for a future they cannot imagine. Sometimes, history belongs to those who patiently wait. Clouds drift lazily overhead. A gentle rain begins. The hadrosaurs do not seem concerned. Water beads upon their skin. The river swells ever so slightly. Flowers lift their petals toward the refreshing rain. Every living thing welcomes the moisture. Soon, the clouds pass. Sunlight returns. A rainbow briefly stretches across the valley. It lasts only a few minutes, then slowly fades. Beauty often stays only a little while, yet somehow, that makes it even more precious. By late afternoon, the herd begins moving again. Young dinosaurs remain surrounded by adults. Older individuals walk along the edges. Everyone has a place. Everyone contributes. The journey continues at an unhurried pace. Step by step, leaf by leaf, season by season, you realize something wonderful. Despite their enormous size, the loudest sound in the valley is still the river. The dinosaurs do not dominate nature. They are simply part of it. The wind, the trees, the water, the insects, the flowers. Every living thing shares this ancient home. As evening approaches, golden light spreads across the floodplain. The hadrosaurs gradually disappear into the distant forest. Only their footprints remain in the soft mud. Someday, a few of those prints may harden into stone, waiting patiently for millions of years, until curious scientists uncover them. Tiny clues, left behind by gentle giants. The sky slowly darkens. The first stars appear above the valley. The moon rises once more. Its silver light reflects across the quiet river. The flowers close for another peaceful night. Birds settle among the branches. The insects soften their songs. Everything prepares for sleep. Take one final slow breath. Feel your body relaxing completely, your thoughts becoming lighter than drifting clouds. Tomorrow, our peaceful journey will lead us into the great forests where one of the largest horned dinosaurs will one day roam. A magnificent creature whose peaceful life was shaped not by constant battle, but by family, migration, and the quiet rhythms of the changing seasons. Until then, sleep deeply, sleep peacefully, and let the gentle calls of the duck-billed dinosaurs echo softly through your dreams. The night slowly gives way to dawn. A silver mist lingers among towering trees. The first rays of sunlight stretch across the forest floor. Drops of dew sparkle on leaves and flowers. The air is cool, fresh, perfectly still. Take a slow breath. Imagine the scent of pine needles, moist earth, and flowering shrubs carried by a gentle breeze. Listen closely. A distant river flows through the valley. Small birds greet the morning. The ancient forest awakens, one quiet sound at a time. Millions of years have continued to pass. The Cretaceous world is nearing its final chapters. The continents now resemble the beginnings of our modern Earth. North America is split by a vast inland sea. Flowering plants spread farther than ever before. Forests have become rich with new colors and fragrances. Life has reached an extraordinary diversity. Every valley, every river, every forest is filled with countless living stories. Today, we are searching for one of the most recognizable dinosaurs ever to walk the earth. A peaceful herbivore, protected not by speed, but by strength, patience, and remarkable natural armor. Its name is Triceratops. As you follow a winding woodland trail, the trees gradually become shorter. The forest opens into a wide meadow surrounded by flowering plants. Tall conifers still rise above the landscape, but beneath them, broadleaf shrubs and young trees create a colorful patchwork across the valley. The morning sun paints everything in shades of gold. Then, you notice movement, large shapes emerging from the mist. At first, only silhouettes. Then slowly, their details become clear. A small herd of Triceratops. They are magnificent. Each adult is about 9 meters, or nearly 30 feet, long. Their powerful bodies move slowly across the meadow. 3 impressive horns frame each face. 2 long horns extend above the eyes. A shorter horn rests above the nose. Behind the head, a wide bony frill curves gracefully around the neck. To us, these features appear dramatic, but their daily lives are surprisingly peaceful. The herd spreads out among the flowering plants. Using their sharp beaks, they clip low branches, tender shoots, and broad leaves. Behind those beaks, rows of powerful teeth grind even tough vegetation into small pieces. Every bite is slow, steady, unhurried. Scientists once imagined the horns existed mainly for fighting giant predators. Today, many paleontologists believe they likely served several purposes. Protection was certainly one, but the horns and frills may also have helped individuals recognize one another, choose healthy mates, or gently compete during displays. Much like the antlers of modern deer, nature often creates beauty and usefulness together. A young Triceratops wanders a little too far from the group. It pauses beside a patch of bright flowers. Curious insects drift from blossom to blossom. The youngster lowers its head, not to eat, simply to watch. Curiosity is timeless, whether in a young dinosaur, a young elephant, or a curious child. An older adult quietly walks closer, without urgency, without alarm. Its presence alone gently guides the youngster back toward the safety of the herd. No words are needed, only quiet understanding. Fossil evidence suggests many horned dinosaurs may have lived in groups, traveling together across ancient landscapes, finding safety through cooperation. A gentle wind moves through the meadow. The flowers sway like colorful waves. The Triceratops continue grazing, occasionally lifting their heads to look across the valley. The scene feels peaceful, almost pastoral, far removed from the dramatic images often shown in films. Most days in nature are not filled with danger. They are filled with eating, walking, resting, and caring for the next generation. High above, early birds glide between the treetops. Their ancestors once looked very much like the feathered dinosaurs you met earlier in your journey. Now, their wings have become stronger, their tails shorter, their flight more confident. The sky itself is slowly changing. Evolution continues its quiet work, never stopping, never hurrying. You walk beside a small stream. Its clear water reflects the blue sky above. Dragonflies skim across the surface. Tiny turtles rest on smooth rocks warmed by the morning sun. Several flowering plants lean toward the water, their reflections trembling with each passing ripple. Life gathers wherever fresh water flows, just as it always has. By midday, the meadow grows warm. The Triceratops herd moves beneath scattered trees. Shade provides welcome relief. Some lie down to rest. Others continue chewing slowly. Large herbivores often spend long hours digesting their meals. Patience is part of survival. Nearby, a family of small mammals quietly searches among fallen leaves. They gather seeds, nuts, and insects. Though tiny compared to the great dinosaurs, their story is just beginning. Millions of years from now, their descendants will inherit the earth. But for now, they live peacefully in the shadows of giants. Clouds gather overhead. A light summer rain begins. Gentle drops fall across the meadow. Water beads upon the broad frills of the Triceratops. The flowers lift their petals toward the rain. The scent of fresh earth becomes richer. The whole valley seems to breathe. After the shower, a rainbow stretches across the distant hills. Sunlight sparkles on every leaf. The herd slowly resumes its journey. Their heavy footprints press softly into the damp ground. Some will disappear with tomorrow's rain. A precious few, under exactly the right conditions, will become fossils, tiny messages, waiting millions of years to be read. As evening approaches, golden light bathes the valley. The Triceratops gather once more before entering the forest. The youngest animals remain safely surrounded by adults. The forest welcomes them back with cool shade and quiet shelter. Soon, only the sound of rustling leaves remains. You remain beside the stream, watching the first stars appear above the ancient trees. The moon rises slowly. Silver light touches the meadow where the herd grazed only hours before. Everything grows still. Everything grows quiet. Take one slow breath, then another. Feel your body becoming wonderfully relaxed. Feel your thoughts drifting like clouds across the evening sky. Tomorrow, our journey will bring us face to face with the most famous dinosaur of all, but not as a monster. Instead, as a living animal, one shaped by evolution, dependent upon the same rhythms of rest, hunger, and balance that guide every creature on Earth. Until then, sleep peacefully beneath the timeless stars, and let the quiet footsteps of the gentle horned giants lead you into deeper dreams. The stars slowly disappear. One by one, they fade into the soft blue light of another ancient morning. Mist rises gently from a winding river. The forest is still, only the distant sound of water and the quiet whisper of leaves moving in the breeze break the silence. Take one slow breath. Imagine cool morning air filling your lungs, the scent of damp pine, wildflowers opening to the sun, fresh earth after yesterday's gentle rain. Everything feels peaceful. Everything feels wonderfully unhurried. Today, we meet perhaps the most famous dinosaur that has ever lived, a name recognized across the world, a creature that has inspired books, museums, films, and endless curiosity. Tyrannosaurus rex, often called simply T-Rex. Yet tonight, we leave behind the roaring movie monster, Instead, we quietly observe a real animal, one shaped by nature, one living its ordinary life. In the closing chapters of the Age of Dinosaurs, the late Cretaceous world is about 67 million years old. Flowering forests cover much of the landscape. Wide rivers wind through open floodplains. Towering conifers still stand among newer trees. Birds fill the morning sky. Insects buzz among blossoms. Life is abundant, balanced, thriving. You begin walking along the edge of a broad river valley. Fresh footprints press into the damp mud. They are enormous. 3 long toes, deep impressions, each step nearly a meter apart. The tracks continue toward a quiet grove of trees. You follow them slowly. There is no need to hurry. Ahead, partially hidden by morning mist, a great shape stands beside the river. It is far larger than you imagined, nearly 12 meters long, around 40 feet. Its powerful tail stretches behind like a living counterbalance. Its head rests quietly above the water. For a moment, it simply drinks. Small ripples spread across the river. The giant remains perfectly still. No roar, no aggression, only the simple act of quenching its thirst. Scientists believe an adult Tyrannosaurus rex weighed between 7 and 9 metric tons. Yet despite this incredible size, its movements were likely careful and efficient. Running at full speed would have consumed enormous energy and carried a serious risk of injury. A broken leg could mean starvation. So every step mattered. Every movement had purpose. Nature rewards caution, even in its largest hunters. The T-Rex slowly lifts its head. Water drips from the edges of its jaws. Morning sunlight catches its scales. Recent fossil discoveries suggest some close relatives of Tyrannosaurus had patches of feathers, especially when young. Adult T-Rex may have been mostly scaly, though scientists continue to study exactly how much feathering remained. As with many discoveries in paleontology, the story continues to evolve. Each new fossil teaches us something new. The giant begins walking through the forest. Its footsteps are surprisingly quiet. Soft pads beneath its feet help absorb the impact of each step. Birds flutter from nearby branches. Small mammals pause beneath fallen logs, not in panic, simply aware that a large animal is passing. The forest adjusts, then quickly returns to its peaceful rhythm. Many people imagine Tyrannosaurus spending every moment hunting. Reality was almost certainly different. Like lions, tigers, or crocodiles today, it likely spent much of its life resting, digesting, walking, watching. Large predators conserve energy whenever possible. A successful hunt is only one small part of daily life. Some paleontologists also believe Tyrannosaurus may have scavenged when the opportunity arose. If a meal could be found without risking injury, why ignore it? Nature is practical, not proud. Many of today's greatest predators, including bears, lions, and wolves, will happily scavenge when given the chance. The ancient world likely worked much the same way. The giant pauses beneath a towering flowering tree. Its remarkable sense of smell, possibly even stronger than that of many modern predators, samples the breeze. It learns about the world through scents carried on the wind. Fresh water, other dinosaurs, changing weather. Every breath tells a story. Nearby, A family of duck-billed dinosaurs quietly feeds along the edge of the forest. The Tyrannosaurus notices them, but they are healthy, alert, protected by numbers. The predator simply watches for a moment, then continues walking. Not every encounter becomes a hunt. Sometimes, the wisest choice is patience. You continue following at a respectful distance. The forest grows quieter as the afternoon sun warms the air. The giant finds a patch of cool shade beneath ancient trees. Slowly, it lowers its body onto the soft ground. Its breathing becomes deep, steady, peaceful. For the next several hours, it rests, just as modern lions sleep for much of the day. Even the king of this ancient world needs quiet afternoons. While the Tyrannosaurus sleeps, life continues around it. Dragonflies dance above the river. Tiny birds gather seeds. Flowers open wider beneath the sun. A gentle breeze carries drifting pollen across the valley. Nothing stops. Everything belongs. Every creature, large or small, plays a role. As evening approaches, the giant rises once again. Golden light shines through the forest. Its long shadow stretches across the meadow. For a few moments, it stands perfectly still, looking toward the distant horizon, perhaps listening, perhaps simply existing. We cannot know, but somehow, the silence feels complete. Slowly, the Tyrannosaurus disappears among the trees. Only its footprints remain. Soon, rain will soften them. Wind will scatter leaves across them. Time will gently erase them, except for the rare few that become fossils, patiently waiting beneath layers of stone until curious humans discover them. 67 million years later, the moon rises above the forest. Silver light reflects upon the quiet river. The insects soften their songs. The flowers close for the night. Everything grows still once again. Take one final slow breath. Feel your body becoming heavy, comfortable, completely relaxed. Tomorrow, our journey enters its final great chapter. We will witness a quiet evening unlike any before. An evening when a small mountain in the distant sky begins a story that will forever change life on Earth. Not through fear, but through wonder. Until then, sleep deeply, dream peacefully, and let the quiet footsteps of the ancient king fade gently into the timeless forests of the Cretaceous. Another peaceful day begins beneath the wide Cretaceous sky. The morning air is gentle. A soft blanket of mist rests across rivers and flowering meadows. Birds greet the sunrise with quiet calls. Tiny insects awaken among colorful blossoms. The forest seems calm, almost unchanged, as though it could remain this way forever. Take a slow breath. Feel the cool air filling your lungs. Imagine the scent of fresh flowers, warm pine resin, and rich earth after a peaceful night. Everything feels wonderfully ordinary. And that is what makes today so remarkable, because no creature here knows that tomorrow will be different. The Earth has reached one of the final mornings of the age of dinosaurs. Not the very last day, but very close. About 66 million years ago, every animal continues its familiar routine. The Triceratops herd begins its slow journey toward fresh feeding grounds. Duck-billed dinosaurs gather beside winding rivers. Small feathered dinosaurs search beneath fallen leaves. A Tyrannosaurus walks quietly through the forest. Life continues, exactly as it always has. The sky above is clear, bright blue from horizon to horizon. Clouds drift lazily on warm winds. Nothing seems unusual, yet far beyond what any eye can see. Far beyond the moon, a mountain-sized asteroid travels silently through space. It has been orbiting the sun for millions of years. Today, its path and Earth's path are about to cross. Neither one changes course. The meeting has already become unavoidable. The asteroid is roughly 10 kilometers, or about 6 miles, wide. Made mostly of rock and metal, it does not glow like a blazing fireball yet. In the cold vacuum of space, there is no air to create flames. It simply moves, quietly, patiently, as it always has. Here on Earth, the afternoon unfolds peacefully. A family of hadrosaurs drinks from a broad river. Nearby, young dinosaurs splash gently through shallow water. Tiny turtles rest upon sun-warmed logs. Dragonflies skim across the surface. The river reflects white clouds drifting overhead. Everything feels timeless. A gentle breeze carries the scent of flowering plants. Beetles crawl across fresh blossoms. Early bees gather pollen. Birds dart between the trees. Each tiny creature continues its ordinary life. No alarms, no fear, only another peaceful afternoon. You sit beneath the shade of an ancient tree, looking across the valley. It is impossible not to admire the balance of this world. Predators and herbivores, forests and rivers, mountains and seas, everything connected. Everything shaped by more than 160 million years of dinosaur evolution. The age of dinosaurs has become one of Earth's longest and most successful chapters. As the hours pass, the continents continue their slow drift. Volcanoes quietly reshape distant landscapes. Flowers spread new seeds upon the wind. Tiny mammals remain hidden beneath fallen logs, preparing for another quiet evening. No creature realizes that history is approaching. The sun slowly begins sinking toward the western horizon. Golden light washes across the forest. The Triceratops herd returns toward familiar shelter. Feathered dinosaurs climb into safe branches for the night. Pterosaurs glide back toward distant cliffs. Even the great Tyrannosaurus finishes its evening walk. The valley becomes quieter with every passing minute. High above, the first stars begin appearing, one after another. The same constellations that have watched over Earth for millions of years. Among them, hidden beyond human sight, the asteroid continues its silent journey. It remains only a tiny point against the darkness, no brighter than countless other objects traveling through space. Nothing about it suggests how important tomorrow will become. You lie back upon soft moss. The night sky stretches endlessly overhead. Without city lights, the stars seem almost countless. The Milky Way arches across the heavens like a glowing river. Perhaps dinosaurs sometimes looked upward. Perhaps they noticed the moon, the bright planets, or shooting stars. We cannot know, but the night belonged to them, long before it belonged to us. The forest grows still, only crickets, the gentle flow of the river, and the whisper of leaves remain. It is one of the quietest nights imaginable, a night filled with ordinary beauty, ordinary peace, ordinary life. Sometimes, the most important moments in history begin as completely ordinary days. Far above the atmosphere, the asteroid continues drawing closer. It travels more than 20 kilometers every second. Yet space is unimaginably vast. There is still time. One more night. One more peaceful sleep beneath the ancient stars. Take another slow breath. Feel your body becoming wonderfully relaxed. Your thoughts drifting like clouds across the sky. Tomorrow, our journey will witness one of the greatest turning points in Earth's history. Not through frightening images, but through quiet understanding. We will watch how a single event transformed the planet and eventually opened the path for mammals, birds, and much later, us. For now, simply rest. Let the peaceful forests, the gentle rivers, and the quiet evening sky carry you softly into sleep. Because tonight, the age of dinosaurs is still alive, and the world is still wonderfully calm. Morning arrives quietly, just as it always has. The eastern horizon glows with soft shades of gold. Gentle mist rises from ancient rivers. Birds greet the dawn with calm, familiar songs. Flowering plants slowly open their blossoms to the sunlight. Nothing seems unusual. Nothing seems different. If you had awakened here, you would believe it was simply another peaceful day on Earth. Take a slow, comfortable breath. Feel the cool morning air. Listen to the quiet rhythm of flowing water, the whisper of leaves high above, the distant call of a feathered dinosaur somewhere deep within the forest. Everything feels calm. Everything feels perfectly ordinary. Far beyond the blue sky, beyond the clouds, beyond even the thin edge of Earth's atmosphere, a visitor from deep space continues its silent journey. For millions of years, this asteroid has traveled around the sun. It has no destination, no intention. It is simply following the path set by gravity. Today, that path intersects with Earth. The asteroid is moving at nearly 20 kilometers per second. That is about 72,000 kilometers per hour, faster than any aircraft humans have ever built. At such incredible speed, even a rocky object becomes unimaginably powerful, not because it chooses to, but because motion itself stores enormous energy. Nature follows the same physical laws, whether in the age of dinosaurs or today. Here on the ground, life continues peacefully. A triceratops herd grazes beside a river. Duck-billed dinosaurs wander through flowering meadows. Small mammals search beneath fallen leaves. Dragonflies skim across quiet ponds. A tyrannosaurus slowly walks along the edge of the forest. No creature looks toward the sky. There is no reason to. The sky has always been a place of sunshine, clouds, rain, and stars, never danger. Then, far overhead, something changes. At first, it is almost impossible to notice. A tiny point of light appears against the bright morning sky, brighter than Venus, brighter than any star visible during the day. It grows steadily brighter, not because it is creating light, but because it is entering Earth's atmosphere. The air in front of the asteroid compresses violently. That compressed air becomes incredibly hot. The sky itself begins to glow. Across forests, mountains, rivers, and coastlines, animals pause. Some lift their heads. Birds fall silent for a moment. Even the insects seem quieter. Nature often notices change before understanding it. The brilliant object streaks across the heavens. A white trail stretches behind it. It crosses the sky in only moments, much too fast for any creature to follow. Then, far away, beyond the horizon, the asteroid reaches the shallow sea near what we now know as the Yucatan Peninsula. It strikes the Earth. The impact lasts less than a second, yet it releases more energy than billions of nuclear explosions combined. A crater nearly 180 kilometers wide begins to form. Today, scientists call it the Chicxulub crater. Even after 66 million years, it still exists beneath layers of rock on the Yucatan Peninsula in modern Mexico. It is one of Earth's greatest geological fingerprints, a reminder of one extraordinary day. From hundreds, even thousands of kilometers away, no one sees the crater itself, but the Earth feels different. The ground trembles, not with the sharp shaking of a nearby earthquake, but with slow, rolling waves traveling through the planet. Trees sway gently. Water ripples across rivers and lakes. Animals pause, confused, curious, listening. The impact sends enormous amounts of rock high above the atmosphere. Some pieces escape Earth's gravity forever. Others begin falling back toward the planet. As they re-enter the atmosphere, the sky glows, not from a single fireball, but from countless tiny fragments heating the air around them. For a time, the heavens themselves shine with an eerie golden light. The ocean near the impact responds as well. An immense tsunami begins spreading across ancient coastlines. In some places, the waves may eventually rise hundreds of meters high, but oceans are vast. It will take time for those waves to reach distant shores. Nature unfolds even great events in stages. The forests around you remain standing. The river still flows. The flowers still bloom. Yet something invisible has already changed. Fine dust, tiny droplets of molten rock, and microscopic particles now begin their slow journey into the atmosphere. The greatest transformation is not happening on the ground. It is happening high above the clouds. Scientists believe that over the coming weeks and months, these particles will block much of the sunlight reaching Earth's surface. Days will grow dimmer. Temperatures will gradually fall. Plants will struggle to produce energy through photosynthesis. One quiet change will slowly ripple through every ecosystem on Earth, not in a single day, but over many months. You sit quietly beside the river. The afternoon grows strangely still. The breeze weakens. Birdsong becomes less frequent. Clouds drift across the sky. The world feels different, though it is difficult to explain why. Sometimes, history changes long before anyone understands it. As evening approaches, the sun appears slightly hazier than before. Its light seems softer, filtered through the growing veil of dust high above the atmosphere. Golden light spreads gently across the valley. The dinosaurs return toward familiar resting places. None of them know that their world has entered its final chapter. The stars begin appearing. Though fewer seem visible tonight, a faint haze softens the darkness. The moon rises quietly. Its silver light reflects across the river. The forest prepares for sleep once again. Even on one of the most important days in Earth's history, night still arrives. The river still flows. The wind still whispers through the trees. Nature continues, one gentle moment at a time. Take one final slow breath. Feel your body becoming wonderfully heavy, your thoughts drifting farther away. Tomorrow, we will quietly watch the weeks that follow. We will see how the skies slowly darken, how the forests begin to change, and how, through loss, a new beginning quietly takes shape. For every ending in Earth's history has also become the beginning of something new. Until then, rest peacefully and let the ancient river carry you gently into sleep. A quiet morning arrives, but this morning feels different. The forest is still. The river continues to flow. The wind still moves gently through the trees, yet the sunlight seems softer, as though a thin veil has been drawn across the sky. Take a slow breath. Imagine cool air filling your lungs. Listen to the familiar sound of flowing water. Feel the peaceful rhythm of nature. Even after great change, many things remain beautifully ordinary. Days have become weeks. Weeks have become months. High above the earth, tiny particles of dust and rock continue drifting through the atmosphere. Sunlight struggles to reach the ground. The days feel dim, not completely dark, but quieter, gentler. The bright warmth of the Cretaceous has faded. A long twilight settles across much of the world. The forests begin to notice first. Leaves no longer receive enough sunlight. Many flowering plants stop growing. Some lose their leaves. Others survive by slowing almost every process inside their cells. Nature knows how to wait. Some plants can remain dormant for remarkably long periods, patiently conserving energy until better days return. Along the riverbank, the flowers are fewer now. The buzzing of insects has become quieter. Many species that depended on blossoms struggle as the plants decline. Every ecosystem is connected. When one thread changes, others gently follow. You kneel beside a small fern. Unlike many flowering plants, ferns prove surprisingly resilient. They have survived countless challenges throughout Earth's history. Volcanoes, ice ages, changing climates. Even now, many continue spreading quietly across the damp forest floor. In the fossil record, scientists have discovered what they call a fern spike. Immediately after the asteroid impact, fern spores became unusually abundant. It suggests these hardy plants were among the first to reclaim damaged landscapes, just as they often do after modern volcanic eruptions and forest fires. The river still flows with quiet determination. Fish continue swimming beneath its surface. Turtles rest upon muddy banks. Some crocodilian relatives remain remarkably successful. These ancient survivors need less food than many large dinosaurs. Their slow metabolism allows them to endure difficult times. Sometimes, survival belongs not to the strongest, but to the most adaptable. Small mammals emerge cautiously from hidden burrows. For millions of years, they lived mostly unnoticed beneath the feet of giants. Tiny, quiet, patient. Now, their way of life becomes an advantage. Many eat almost anything: seeds, insects, roots, fruits, even small animals when necessary. Flexibility helps them survive where specialists struggle. Nature quietly rewards versatility. Nearby, a small bird lands upon a fallen branch. It fluffs its feathers against the cool air. Unlike its larger dinosaur relatives, This little creature needs only a modest amount of food each day. Its ancestors learned to fly, to perch, to forage in many different environments. Those ancient skills now help its descendants endure. The birds, the last surviving dinosaurs, continue their journey. The great herds have become much smaller. Their familiar migration paths grow quieter. Predators wander greater distances searching for food. Many rivers, once crowded with life, now flow through peaceful silence. The change is gradual, gentle in its pace, yet immense in its consequences. You walk slowly through the forest. The towering conifers still stand. Some have shed branches weakened by months of reduced sunlight. Moss carpets fall on logs. Fungi quietly spread across decaying wood. Where one chapter ends, another begins. Decomposers return nutrients to the soil, preparing the forest for future generations. Nothing in nature is truly wasted. Clouds drift lazily overhead. A gentle rain begins. The droplets fall softly through the branches. Water gathers in tiny pools. Fresh spores drift from ferns. Seeds wait patiently beneath the soil. Life has not disappeared. It is simply changing. Scientists estimate that about 75% of Earth's species disappeared during this great extinction. It was one of the largest turning points in the planet's history. Yet even this extraordinary event did not erase life. Instead, it reshaped it. The survivors carried Earth's story forward, one generation at a time. As the months continue, the dust high in the atmosphere slowly begins to settle. More sunlight reaches the forests. Tiny green shoots emerge from the soil. Flowers cautiously return. Insects reappear. The world breathes a little more deeply. Recovery is slow, measured not in years, but in thousands of years. Nature has remarkable patience. You sit upon a smooth stone beside the river. The evening sky glows softly through the remaining haze. The sunset is unlike any you have ever seen. Rich oranges, deep crimson, gentle violet. Tiny particles suspended high above the atmosphere scatter the sunlight into beautiful colors. Even after great loss, beauty remains. The first stars appear, though fewer than before. The air gradually grows clearer with each passing season. The moon reflects peacefully upon the quiet water. The river never stopped flowing. Not during the age of giants. Not during the great extinction. Not afterward. Some things quietly endure through every chapter of Earth's story. Take another slow breath. Feel your shoulders relax. Feel your thoughts becoming lighter. Tomorrow, our journey will enter a new beginning. The great age of non-avian dinosaurs has ended, but life continues. Tiny mammals will slowly spread across forests and plains. Birds will diversify. Flowers will cover the earth. The next chapter will belong to new travelers. And someday, after countless millions of years, it will gently lead to us. Until then, rest peacefully. Let the quiet river, the patient forest, and the enduring rhythm of life carry you softly into deep and restful sleep. Another sunrise slowly brightens the earth. The sky is clearer now. The great clouds of dust that once dimmed the sunlight have gradually settled. Morning light reaches the forests again. It falls gently across young ferns, fresh flowers, and streams that have never stopped flowing. Take a slow, peaceful breath. Imagine the cool air of early morning, the scent of damp soil after gentle rain, the quiet song of birds greeting another day. The world is healing, slowly, patiently, just as it always has. Millions of years have passed since the great asteroid changed the course of life. The towering dinosaurs that once ruled the land are gone, but their story is not over. Every bird that flies above the forest, every robin, every eagle, every owl, carries a small piece of that ancient world into the present. The dinosaurs never vanished completely. Some simply learned to fly into the future. The forests look different now. Flowering plants have spread across valleys and hillsides. Trees with broad leaves become increasingly common. Their blossoms attract insects. Their fruits provide food for countless animals. The landscape grows richer with every passing age. Nature is endlessly creative, always trying something new. As you walk through a peaceful woodland, you notice movement beneath a fallen log. A tiny mammal carefully emerges. It pauses. Its nose twitches. Its ears turn toward every sound. Then it quietly begins searching for breakfast. Seeds, small insects, tender shoots, perhaps a fallen berry. It eats whatever the forest offers. That flexibility becomes one of its greatest strengths. This little creature weighs less than a loaf of bread, yet hidden within its future is an astonishing possibility. Its distant descendants will include elephants, whales, bats, monkeys, and eventually, humans. Not because this tiny mammal is special by itself, but because life always continues exploring new paths. One generation, then another, across unimaginable stretches of time. Many mammals are still small. Large predators no longer dominate every landscape. Empty ecological spaces, called ecological niches, have appeared. Whenever one group disappears, others gradually expand to fill those roles. Some mammals become better climbers, others better runners. Some return to the oceans, others learn to glide through forests. Evolution never stops experimenting. Nearby, a bird lands on a flowering branch. Its feathers shimmer in the morning sunlight. It sings softly. Its ancestors once shared forests with Triceratops, with Tyrannosaurus, with Ankylosaurus. Now, it welcomes a very different world. The melody feels familiar, because birds still greet the sunrise today, just as they did tens of millions of years ago. The forest itself has become busier. Bees hum gently between blossoms. Butterflies flutter through warm patches of sunlight. Colorful beetles crawl across bark. Tiny ants build winding trails through the leaf litter. Much of the modern world is quietly taking shape. Not all at once, but little by little, season after season, million after million of years. You stop beside a wide meadow. Wildflowers sway in the breeze. Small mammals dart through tall plants. Above them, birds circle lazily in the clear blue sky. The silence feels different from the age of dinosaurs. Not emptier, simply changed. Every era has its own music, its own rhythm, its own beauty. The afternoon sun warms the forest. Large leaves cast cool shadows across the ground. A gentle stream winds between moss-covered stones. Dragonflies skim across the water exactly as their ancient ancestors once did. Some parts of nature change dramatically. Others remain wonderfully familiar. Scientists often describe evolution as a branching tree. Every species represents one small branch. Some branches continue growing, others end. Neither outcome is a failure. Every branch contributes to the larger story. Without the age of dinosaurs, birds would not exist. Without the extinction, mammals may never have become dominant. Without countless small changes, human beings would never have appeared. Life builds the future, one quiet step at a time. Clouds drift across the afternoon sky. A gentle rain begins. The flowers welcome the water. The forest grows greener. Fresh scents rise from the earth. Tiny streams swell with clean rainwater. Everything feels renewed. Even after Earth's greatest challenges, the seasons continue. Spring follows winter. Morning follows night. Hope quietly follows change. As evening approaches, golden light spreads across the meadow. The small mammals return to their hidden nests. Birds settle into the branches. The insects soften their songs. The forest prepares for another peaceful night. Above, the same moon rises once again. It watched over the first dinosaurs. It watched the asteroid cross the sky. It now shines upon a world beginning anew. Patient, constant, timeless. You sit beneath a broad flowering tree. Its petals drift slowly around you. One lands gently beside your hand. Another floats into the quiet stream. The river carries it away, not hurriedly, simply onward. Everything in nature moves forward, sometimes slowly, sometimes quickly, but always forward. Take one final deep breath. Feel your body becoming wonderfully relaxed. Feel your thoughts drifting like petals upon the water. Tomorrow, our journey will stretch far beyond the age of dinosaurs. We will watch mountains rise, ice ages come and go, grasslands spread across continents, and eventually, we will meet one very curious primate, whose story is only just beginning. For now, sleep peacefully, rest deeply, and let the gentle forests of the ancient earth carry you softly into dreams. Morning returns, softly, as it always does. The first rays of sunlight spread across a world that is becoming increasingly familiar. Broadleaf forests cover rolling hills. Flowering plants bloom in every direction. Birds greet the day with cheerful songs. Gentle rivers wind through peaceful valleys. If you look quickly, you might almost mistake this earth for our own. But millions of years still separate this quiet world from humanity. Take a slow breath. Feel the fresh morning air. Imagine the scent of wildflowers after a cool night. Listen to the breeze moving through the trees. Nature is writing another chapter. Slowly, patiently, beautifully. The age of dinosaurs has ended, but the age of life continues. Life never truly stops. It simply changes direction. Over the next 50 million years, the continents continue their slow dance across the planet. India finally reaches Asia. The tremendous collision pushes the land upward. Little by little, the Himalayas begin to rise. Not in a single earthquake, not in one dramatic moment, but millimeter by millimeter. Year after year, even today, those mountains continue growing ever so slightly. The earth beneath our feet is never completely still. Far away, another quiet transformation is taking place. The climate slowly cools. For much of the dinosaur age, Earth was a warm greenhouse world. Now, the poles gradually become colder. Ice begins forming in Antarctica. Much later, ice sheets will spread across Greenland as well. The planet is preparing for a very different future. You continue walking through a peaceful woodland. A gentle breeze carries the scent of flowering trees. Bright berries grow beneath the branches. Small mammals gather them carefully. Some bury seeds for later. Others carry food back to hidden nests. Without realizing it, they help forests spread. Seeds forgotten beneath the soil often become tomorrow's trees. Nature has many quiet gardeners. Above, birds glide effortlessly through the blue sky. Some resemble modern hawks. Others look more like herons or ducks. Over millions of years, birds diversify into thousands of forms. Some become expert swimmers. Others master soaring flight. Tiny hummingbirds will eventually evolve, capable of hovering beside flowers with astonishing precision. Every new environment creates new opportunities. Meanwhile, another remarkable plant quietly changes the world. Grass. At first, it covers only small patches of land. Nothing dramatic, nothing impressive, but grass possesses extraordinary resilience. Its growing points remain close to the ground. Even after being eaten, it grows again, and again, and again, over millions of years. Grasslands expand across entire continents. Open plains replace dense forests in many regions. The landscape transforms, not overnight, but through countless seasons. These vast grasslands invite new travelers. Early horses, small and no larger than foxes at first, ancient relatives of elephants, powerful rhinoceros ancestors, swift antelope like mammals. Each adapts to life beneath open skies. Running becomes more important. Eyes move farther toward the sides of the head. Long legs become common. Evolution responds quietly to changing landscapes. You stand upon a gentle hillside. Tall grasses ripple like waves beneath the afternoon breeze. The sound is soft, almost like distant ocean surf. Birds circle overhead. Clouds drift slowly across the endless sky. Everything feels wonderfully peaceful. Somewhere nearby, a troop of early primates moves through the trees. They are not human, not even close, but they possess curious eyes, flexible hands, and active minds. Life is slowly exploring new possibilities. Branches become highways. Hands become tools for climbing. Sharp vision helps judge distance between limbs. Tiny changes, repeated over millions of generations, will someday lead to extraordinary results. As the afternoon passes, the rivers continue shaping the land. Rain slowly wears away mountains. Sediment builds fertile valleys. The cycle never ends. Mountains rise. Mountains erode. New mountains appear. Earth is constantly renewing itself. Even solid stone is always changing, given enough time. Scientists often say that if Earth's entire history fit into one calendar year, humans would appear only during the final minutes of December 31st. The dinosaurs would dominate much of December. The earliest life would begin in spring. This simple comparison reminds us how incredibly deep Earth's history truly is. Our own story, though important to us, occupies only a tiny moment. Yet that tiny moment connects to everything before it. The oxygen you breathe was shaped by ancient oceans. The birds outside your window carry dinosaur ancestry. The mountains, the rivers, the forests, all were molded by events stretching back hundreds of millions of years. You are part of the same continuous story, not separate from nature, but one chapter within it. Golden evening light spreads across the grasslands. The breeze becomes cooler. Herds of grazing mammals gradually settle for the night. Birds return to their nests. The first stars begin appearing overhead. The moon rises once again, exactly as it did during the Jurassic, exactly as it did when the dinosaurs walked beneath its light. Some companions remain with Earth through every age. You sit quietly beside a calm stream. The water reflects the stars like tiny diamonds. A gentle chorus of insects fills the evening air. Everything feels connected. The past, the present, and the future. One continuous river of life, flowing steadily onward. Take one slow breath. Feel your body becoming wonderfully heavy. Your thoughts drifting like clouds across an endless sky. Tomorrow, we will follow one final path. A path leading to curious ancestors who begin walking upright, using simple tools, looking toward the stars, and eventually asking questions about the ancient giants that came before them. It is a journey that ends with us. Until then, sleep peacefully, dream gently, and let the quiet grasslands of the ancient earth carry you softly into the night. The night slowly fades. A gentle sunrise paints the horizon with soft shades of gold, amber, and pale blue. Morning mist hangs above wide grasslands. Small streams sparkle beneath the first light. Birds begin their familiar songs. The earth has changed almost beyond recognition, yet it remains unmistakably the same planet. The same rivers flow, the same moon circles overhead, the same stars return each night. Take one slow breath. Feel the cool morning air. Imagine standing quietly at the edge of a peaceful valley. There is no hurry, no destination, only another gentle step through the story of life. Millions of years continue to pass. The continents slowly settle into positions that look increasingly familiar. The Himalayas grow higher. The Atlantic Ocean widens. The climate continues to cool. Great grasslands stretch across continents. Forests retreat from some regions and flourish in others. Earth is always changing, even when those changes are too slow for any single lifetime to notice. Among the trees, a small group of primates moves carefully through the branches. They are clever, curious, social. They care for one another. Youngsters learn by watching adults. Families remain together. These qualities will prove just as important as strength or speed, perhaps even more important. Over many millions of years, some primates begin spending more time on the ground. The expanding grasslands create new opportunities. Walking upright allows them to see over tall grasses, to carry food, to hold their young, to free their hands for new tasks. No single generation notices the change. It happens so gradually that it feels completely natural. Evolution never rushes. Eventually, one branch of this family tree gives rise to the earliest members of the human lineage. Scientists call these early relatives hominins. They are not yet human, but they are beginning a remarkable journey. Their footprints press softly into volcanic ash. Millions of years later, those footprints will become fossils, silent evidence of ancient lives, patiently waiting to be discovered. You watch one small family crossing a quiet meadow. An adult pauses to pick up a smooth stone, not as a weapon, not yet, simply as an object worth examining. Curiosity is becoming one of nature's greatest tools. Hands can shape stones. Minds can imagine possibilities. Together, they will eventually transform the world. The afternoon breeze moves through tall grasses. Antelope graze peacefully. Ancient elephants wander slowly across distant plains. Birds circle high above. Life is thriving once again, different from the age of dinosaurs, yet equally beautiful. Every age has its own wonders. As millions more years quietly pass, the human brain slowly grows larger. Communication becomes richer. Simple sounds become more meaningful. Knowledge begins passing from one generation to the next, not through instinct alone, but through learning, through memory, through stories. One of humanity's greatest inventions will not be a tool, or fire, or farming. It will be the ability to share ideas. Eventually, people learn to shape stone into blades, to build shelters, to cross rivers, to care for the elderly, to paint, to sing, to wonder. They look at mountains and ask how they formed. They study birds and notice their feathers. They find enormous fossil bones emerging from cliffs. They wonder what incredible creatures once walked the earth. Long before science, curiosity was already alive. Thousands of generations later, human civilization begins. Villages become towns. Towns become cities. People build libraries, universities, museums. They invent telescopes to study the stars, microscopes to explore tiny cells, ships to cross oceans, aircraft to fly through the sky. Eventually, machines powerful enough to uncover the ancient past hidden beneath stone. One day, a paleontologist kneels beside a rocky hillside, carefully brushing away dust with a small tool. A fossil slowly appears, a dinosaur bone. It has rested here for more than 66 million years, patiently waiting, not lost, simply waiting for someone curious enough to find it. The scientist smiles. Another small piece of Earth's story returns to the light. Every fossil teaches something, not only about dinosaurs, but about climate, evolution, continents, oceans, plants, birds, and ourselves. The ancient world is not separate from the modern one. It lives within it. Every bird outside your window carries dinosaur ancestry. Every mountain reflects ancient geological forces. Every breath contains oxygen shaped by billions of years of life. You are surrounded by Earth's history every day. As evening approaches, the sky glows softly above the grasslands. Golden light spreads across rivers and forests. The world feels peaceful, just as it did when the first dinosaurs appeared, just as it did beneath Jurassic giants, just as it did after the asteroid changed everything. Life has always found a way to continue, quietly, patiently, beautifully. You sit beneath a broad tree. The stars slowly appear overhead. The same stars that watched the rise of dinosaurs. The same stars that witnessed their passing. The same stars that guided early humans. The same stars that shine above us tonight. They remind us that although countless things change, some companions remain through every chapter of time. Take one slow breath. Feel your body growing comfortably heavy. Feel your mind becoming peaceful and still. Tomorrow, our journey will reach its gentle conclusion. We will look back across more than 200 million years. From the first tiny dinosaurs to birds singing outside our windows today, a story not of endings, but of transformation. Until then, rest peacefully, sleep deeply, and let the endless story of Earth carry you softly into dreams. The night is calm. The stars shine quietly above. A gentle breeze moves through the leaves. Somewhere nearby, a small stream continues its endless journey toward the sea. It has been flowing long before dinosaurs, long before people, and if nature allows, it will continue flowing long after us. Take one slow breath. Feel the cool evening air. Let your shoulders relax. Allow your thoughts to drift as gently as the river beside you. Tonight, our long journey through the age of dinosaurs begins to come full circle. It is remarkable to think where we began. More than 230 million years ago, the first true dinosaurs were small, quick, curious. They lived in a world where giant reptiles still dominated the land. Nothing suggested they would one day become Earth's most successful large animals. Yet they adapted, patiently, generation after generation, without plans, without ambition, simply responding to the changing world around them. The continents slowly separated. Mountains rose. Volcanoes reshaped landscapes. Warm oceans opened between drifting lands. Forests spread, then changed. Flowers appeared. Birds learned to fly. The earth itself never stopped evolving. Neither did life. Every tiny change became part of a much larger story. You remember the peaceful giants of the Jurassic, the Brachiosaurus lifting its long neck above ancient forests, the gentle footsteps of enormous sauropods crossing quiet valleys, the calm rhythm of eating, walking, resting, living. They remind us that greatness is not always loud. Sometimes, the largest creatures ever to exist lived surprisingly peaceful lives. You remember the quiet predator, the Tyrannosaurus walking beside a river, not roaring, not chasing endlessly, simply drinking, resting beneath the shade of flowering trees, waiting with patience. The real world is often gentler than imagination. Nature prefers balance over drama. You remember the duck-billed herds, the Triceratops families, the tiny feathered dinosaurs gliding between branches, the first flowers opening beneath ancient sunlight, the warm Jurassic Sea, the graceful plesiosaurs rising for a quiet breath, the forests after gentle rain, the sound of waves rolling across forgotten beaches. Every scene became another peaceful chapter. Then came the falling star, an asteroid traveling silently through space. A single moment that reshaped life on Earth. Yet even that enormous event did not end the story. It merely turned another page. The forests recovered. Ferns spread. Flowers returned. Small mammals stepped into new opportunities. Birds continued flying through the skies. Life moved forward, as it always has. Perhaps that is one of Earth's greatest lessons. Change is inevitable, but life is remarkably resilient. Again and again, after volcanoes, after ice ages, after extinctions, after impossible challenges, something survives. Something begins again. Hope has always been part of Earth's history. Tonight, if you listen carefully, you may hear echoes of the ancient world around you. The robin singing outside your window. Its ancestors were dinosaurs. The mountains on the horizon. They continue rising. The ocean tides, still guided by the moon. The forests, still breathing with every sunrise. The story of dinosaurs never truly ended. It simply became part of everything that followed. Imagine standing on a quiet hillside beneath a clear night sky. Above you, billions of stars fill the darkness. Some of their light began its journey long before humans existed, some even before the dinosaurs. The universe moves on timescales almost impossible to imagine. Yet here you are, a small part of that immense story, able to wonder, able to learn, able to look back across hundreds of millions of years. Curiosity is one of humanity's greatest gifts. It allows us to meet worlds that vanished long before we arrived. Every fossil discovered, every footprint preserved in stone, every feather impression found beneath ancient rock is like a letter written across deep time. The Earth has been quietly keeping a journal. Scientists simply learn how to read its pages. Each discovery brings us a little closer to understanding where we came from and how wonderfully connected all life truly is. Perhaps tomorrow, you'll hear birds singing in the morning. Maybe you'll notice the pattern of leaves on a tree, or watch clouds drifting slowly overhead. Perhaps you'll remember that everything around us, birds, flowers, mountains, rivers, the moon, even the air we breathe, carries a little piece of Earth's ancient past. History is never far away. It surrounds us every day. The stars continue their silent journey overhead. The moon rises a little higher. The gentle stream beside you flows steadily onward. Nothing asks anything of you tonight. There is nowhere to hurry. No problem that must be solved before morning. Only this peaceful moment. Only this quiet breath. Only the endless story of Earth. Take one final slow breath in and gently breathe out. Feel your body becoming completely relaxed, heavy, comfortable, peaceful, as sleep quietly approaches. Imagine one last walk through that ancient forest. The towering conifers, the flowering meadows, the gentle rivers, the distant silhouettes of dinosaurs beneath a golden sunset. Then, very slowly, the scene begins to fade. The forest becomes mist. The mist becomes starlight. The starlight becomes dreams. Thank you for taking this journey through deep time, from the first dinosaurs to the world we know today. May the quiet rhythms of the ancient Earth stay with you. May the stars watch over your sleep, and may tomorrow greet you as gently as the sunrise that has welcomed life for billions of years. Good night, sleep well, and dream peacefully beneath the same timeless sky.